Alright. We are recording, so everybody shut up and let's roll here. Oh, recap of last session. I just did bullet points here, so let's see. You guys woke up on the ground near the small little river that leads down south towards the Chantar River. But you're on the cliffside. Up above was the cabin house that a couple of you came out of, and also the cliffside tunnels and caverns that led underneath where the Scrimshaw prison was. That some of the others came blasting out of after having a long rest and everything. You guys got up in the morning. Murray seemed to be in a hurry to leave this place. Everybody else was as well, as there was people, inmates, sentinels in white shirts, all alike, that were leaping or falling out of the cavern side and off the cliffside above, just smashing onto the ground. There was this echoing scream, almost. Murray described it as a banshee scream. It seemed to be what got you all. It was kind of sent a chill up your spine. It seemed unholy as the ground was shaking, kind of minor earthquakes rolling through. You all decided just to get the hell out of that place and start heading south towards Baldur's Gate. You kind of figured you were somewhere center between Elturel, which was a holy city to the, I guess would be the east, and Baldur's Gate. Where Elturel was, Mithra, you were up in a tree overlooking for the night, but you could see it looked like this orange glow, almost like the city was on fire or something in the distance. Eventually, after traveling for half the day or so, you guys came upon a group of roughly 30 refugees from Elturel who were being cared for by a priest of Ilmater named Dara. She mentioned that she was on a pilgrimage here to Baldur's Gate. She wasn't exactly sure what she was being pilgrimed for or why she was going there. She just had a calling. But she said that Elturel was gone. And it didn't quite make sense, but all she could say was that it was gone, that something had happened and that the city was just gone. Her friend Goran and his pet goat Clyde were also there. They confirmed that the city was gone. There was this massive earthquake that rumbled through the land. They could hear the screaming of millions of people or thousands of people, and like a banshee scream, and then the city was gone. In its place was left a huge, massive crater the size of the city that stretched down miles into the ground. All that was left is burning fires, brimstone, and lava, and other bits and pieces. There was a little bit of the outer village left that scattered around the city. You could see a few crumbling rocks and stuff, but it wasn't much more than that. You guys decided to head up to the outer village because you were looking for a wagon. Dara mentioned that both Wellham's smith shop, a smithery, was there. She was hoping you guys could get tools and weapons. Ippin's mill house, which had supplies, food, and medical supplies and such. And the fabled Fawn Tavern, which is where her friends were staying, and she was hoping that they were okay. She had sent a group of people earlier that morning, and they had never returned. You guys were trying to figure out how to steal a wagon or do something, maybe ford the river on down to Baldur's Gate, but all the wagons that they have are pretty much in ruins and busted and partly burnt. They're just using them for shelter at the moment. They have 4 wagons, but no horses either. She offered 30 gold to each of you if you could do that, bring back supplies, weapons, and check on her friends at the Fabled Fawn Tavern. Plus, you figured you might be able to get a wagon, some horses, and whatever other goodies you might find in the raid while you were there. So you guys headed up to the top of the hill where you overlooked this massive crater of burning embers, dirt, and dust that was once Elturel, which was indeed gone, along with the Guardian, or the Holy Flame that used to burn above the city that caused eternal light there. That too was gone. Somebody mentioned that it had turned black and sunk into the city. Massive hole. You guys quickly found the smithy. Quinn, you snuck over to heard people chatting, learned that it was Wellham the smith and his dwarf helper Gordrick. Gordrick seemed a little simple-minded, and Wellham was more interested in losing his ale that a group of bandits and cultists had stolen from him. They also stole all of the supplies at the smith shop. They pointed you on down the road to a small ruined temple of Torm and said that they had went in there. You guys decided to go investigate it. Wellham stuck behind, kept calling out to see how you guys were doing, even though you're trying to be quiet and stealthy. He investigated, found a secret stairs into the basements where the cultists were performing some sort of demonic ritual. A battle ensued after that in which a skeletal demon creature with a scorpion-like tail was summoned. It ripped out of the body of a cultist who was strapped down on the table. as another cultist who was naked was performing this thing and carving something into his chest. Eventually came to an end. I think Malachi, you went down. Mad Krieg went down. Mithrin, you guys got beat up a bit. Wellham and Gordrick arrived. They showed up just at the very end, checking to see how you were doing, make sure you survived and that you saved his kegs of ale. And that is when everybody kind of slid down the wall and decided to take a moment's rest. We mentioned at the end of last session, it will be technically a short rest, unless you want to stay the night here, but you would have a short rest. So if you didn't already, you can burn any hit dice you have for healing. In the case of Mad Krieg and Malachi, I think both of you went down. See my name back, but otherwise, Quinn and Mithra, you guys are welcome to burn any that you would like to as well.
I burned both of mine available, and low rolls, only back 7 hit points, but that's 7 more I didn't have.
My hit dice is a 1d6, so I can just roll that once for health?
You should have 2d6 for your hit dice now since you're level 2,
okay.
But yes, you would roll. You can roll just one or both, whatever you want.
Okay, I'll roll both. Sweet.
I did start putting in some little important notes just for everybody to kind of keep track of in your own notes or on mine, but you guys met a couple NPCs. Dara, who's the priest of Ilmater. Gorn and Clyde, that's her friend and his pet goat, the black goat. Wellham and Gordrick was the smithy and his assistant, Dwarven's assistant. Open, who was a fat, arrogant halfling who owns the supply shop, the mill house. And you didn't meet them, but Dara mentioned that her friends at the Fabled Fawn were Vasha and Segrin and Hastrin. But we didn't meet them or know anything about them besides names otherwise. Anything anybody wants to add before Mr. Chris reads his book?
Nope. I have faith in you, Chris. I'm excited.
All right.
So,
go for it. As you slide your back down against this cold wall of the underneath this old ruined temple, and Quinn kind of thinks back of where she's been and where she's at now. What is this vision that goes through her mind?
Yeah, so she's sitting down, sliding against the wall, smoking heavily, drinking from that keg that almost costed her and her friend's life to get. She's sitting next to Mithra, and close by are her 2 unconscious allies. They're now in this basement temple room, bloody with the remnants of violence everywhere. She's breathing heavily, and she notices that her spell book has fallen out of her pack. She grabs it, brushes it off, wiping some blood off the book case from the fight before. The black leather book has this silvered bindings and a pattern of an 8-pointed star etched into it with these intricate weaves in the background. Runes are at each point of the star, which represent the different schools of magic. Quinn's hand, however, is focused on a different rune etched into the center of the book. She's taken back to a different time, a time from her past, a time in the sinner's sanctum. She sees that lady from before, the one that she robbed all the gold from. That lady keeps coming back to this tavern nightly, and she continues to read this book and orders the same coffee and water, however peculiar that is in the sinner's sanctum. Quinn continues to steal from her night after night, hoarding a mass of which she's never seen before. And however, she never brings herself to actually spend the gold or tell anyone about it, not even her brother. Weeks pass and this robbery continues, and eventually after a very hard night where Justeel the barback was particularly grumpy and threatened to strike her, Quinn sees this lady exiting the bar in the back alleyway. She approaches the lady, angry and fed up with the night, and says, "You realize that only bad people come to this place. You're not like them. Why do you keep coming here? Don't you realize people are taking advantage of you? Are you that old and stupid, you old decrepit hag? What's wrong with you? You know that someone could kill you and no one would even bat an eye or think of you ever again. Get out of here. Why do you keep coming back?" The lady is undaunted by this, and she looks to Quinn and says that a location does not determine a person's morale. Just because a person is in a bad spot does not make them bad. She looks to Quinn and asks Quinn if she thinks she's a bad person. The small infant girl denies it. How could this lady know anything about her? What could she even know? She's only met her one time, and served her coffees. She shakes her head. You don't know anything. But the lady, however, seems to stare at her. Well, if you don't think I'm so bad, what would you say if I told you that I've been stealing gold from you, you old idiot? Would you think I'm not bad then? Would you say I'm so great? The lady nods, still unshaken. And she says, I do, Quinn. I think you're a great person. There's something about this lady's blind, staring gray eyes that seem to just pierce through Quinn and unravel her very existence. It's as if this woman is the first person to have ever seen her for who she truly is. And Quinn can do nothing but break down and cry as the lady embraces her. Time passes and they become quick friends. The lady still continuing to visit nightly, Quinn bringing out her coffee and water, and the lady lets her even keep most of the gold and tells her that she's going to have to continue to work hard to earn the rest and spend it on something worthy. She tells Quinn many tales of the Arcanum University and how it's a school for gifted individuals to harness magical abilities. She thinks that Quinn, when she's of the right age, should attend it. Quinn becomes enthralled with this magic school and this book that Imogen calls her spell book, a black leather one with silver bindings and a weaved pattern of an 8-pointed star. Quinn later finds out that Imogen's been coming to this bar for a reason. She's watching somebody, a particular patron, a noble, rich type that not many people know anything about, but he comes into the back rooms and disappears for hours. Imogen wishes to know this guy's name. And it's in that moment that Quinn decides, for all this lady has done for her over the past couple of weeks, it is the last thing that she can do to find this person's name for her. She knows that the Sinner's Sanctum has a logbook in each of the rooms that's hidden by a private magical ward, but she knows how to overcome this ward now. So on that night, she decides to do so. She hides in one of the dankest, darkest hallways of the Sinner's Sanctum that most people dare not to go down, and she hears these terrible screams and yells. And after a few hours, the man leaves. He doesn't look so noble in this particular scenario, though. He's a fat, greasy-looking individual, sweating and out of breath. The workers go into the room, and after a few moments, 2 bodies covered completely in rags that are wet with crimson are moved out. They're not moving whatsoever. Quinn, she suddenly begins to feel nervous and second-guess herself, but she knows, after studying, taking a deep breath, that she must repay Imogen for all she's done. She begins to sneak into the room and take in the sights, the bed, the floors, everything is covered in blood. Taking another quick breath, though, and creeping across the room, she gets close to where the logbook is magically hidden, and then suddenly her stomach gives way as she hears the creaking of a floor and a voice. I forgot my coat. A fat, sweaty nobleman stands there with a big smile across his face. He looks to Quinn. They said they didn't have anyone younger, but it seems like they were holding out on me, eh? Holding out on Sir Flanagan Vinholt. He steps forward, shutting the door. The floor begins to creak as he cracks his knuckle and pulls loose his belt, whipping it with a violent crack towards the floor. Quinn, she tries to blurt something out. She's in the wrong room. It's a mistake, but she's frozen there. Her vision suddenly blurs as the belt is struck across her face with a searing, hot, ripping pain. Blackness, dizziness, the floor. She's on the floor. She must look up. She must call for help. And then darkness. Suddenly, the next thing she realizes is a crashing noise. As she looks up, she begins to regain focus. The man is now being shoved against a wall as a smaller figure has him pinned. It's her brother Malachi, who, older than Quinn, is still half the size of this man who currently has him against the wall with a broomstick. The man suddenly screaming with violence, the two interconnected, he begins to realize that his assailant is much smaller than him. And with one swift kick, he sends Malachi shattering into a dresser across the room, along with many of Malachi's bones. Well, looks like I'm getting my money's worth tonight. He laughs as he wipes some blood off of his forehead and begins to head where Malachi is now laid into a shatter of the dresser. He picks him up by the neck and begins to choke him. You dumb fucking twat. You could have lived tonight if you mind your own fucking business, but no, you had to be a little hero, didn't you? Well, how does it feel to be a little fucking hero, you twerp? And he begins to choke. Quinn's vision has now begun to come back. She doesn't remember standing up or moving across the room. She still feels this burning pain, the smell of blood. The room becomes crystal clear in every single detail. Her brother, the man, the broken broomstick, the bed, the sound of his horrible voice of enjoyment as he chokes the life out of her brother. Then the springing feeling of the bed and the weightlessness of her body as it's flying across the room, the blood-curdling scream of her own, and then suddenly a wet, gushing sound as the shank of the broomstick sinks into Lord Finnegan Vinholt's flabby neck. A geyser of blood shoots out from his neck as she pulls the broomstick out and stabs again, this time into his eye. Another squishing sound and another bloody squirt. The sound that the body made as it hits the floor, and the sound of the stabbing over and over and over again as the broom handle turns into nothing but splinters. Malachi eventually comes to consciousness to this horrible wet sound of stabbing, and there Quinn is sitting on top of him, still stabbing over and over again, although the only thing left in her hand now is a splintery, bloody mess of flesh and dripping blood. He reaches out and grabs Quinn. She's trembling, unable to control herself, and takes the bloody, splintered mess out of her hand and holds her tightly. She still remembers this day to clarity. It's still fresh, the smell and everything, the footsteps running towards them, the door opening, Imogen with a panicked look on her face. Quinn manages to blurt out one more sentence. His name. It was Finnegan Vinholt. And that's where the memory comes back to present day.
Beautiful.
That was wicked.
Sounds like she's had a rough childhood. Can you send me that? Well, just either the story or at least the name of that fellow, Sir Flanagan Vinholt.
Yes, sir.
Make sure I have it correct. So Malachi and Krieg, both of you take a short rest and you use your hit dice so you will wake up, I believe, correct? All right. So as the two of you come to consciousness, you can smell this coppery, blood-like smell in the room. You can smell the burning tobacco of Quinn. See the smoke as it tendrils and swirls up towards the ceiling above. Off to the side, this large, skeletal, demonic-like creature, its bones shattered in places, lies across the floor. And what remains of the victim on the altar, mostly just flesh, blood, maybe a little bit of sinew and bone spurs, but the entire skeleton itself has been completely ripped from his body, instead turning into this thing on the floor. Wellum has his back leaned up against the wall as well, sipping from this wooden keg of ale, offering his friend Gordrick beside him a thing. The small dwarf just shakes his head. No. Gordrick, not hungry. Not thirsty. What is a dwarf that can't drink? Can you believe this? What about that dwarf? Give your boot a couple kicks, Krieg. You want a drink, dwarf?
Oh, what's all this then? You're goddamn right I want a drink. You feel that thing in my head? Oh, where's this drink?
He'll fill up his small mug again, hand it over. In this room, besides the altar, it's all bloodied in the bodies of bandits and cultists and the victim and the demon. There is a pile of smithery tools, a couple of suits of basic leather armor, some swords, axes, hand tools, and odds and ends, but everything that seemed to be worth any value or whatever that they swiped from the smith shop, as well as these 2 kegs of ale. Look, we're going to have to get a wagon, a dwarf, something, some horses to get all this out of here. Most I can do, if there's something you want, please go ahead. But you can't take my ale, though. I need this. But you can have a drink.
think
I'd
Krieg would
like a
start.
drink. I'd like a drink.
And yeah, he'll pass his mug after Krieg slurps his down, fill it back up for you. Now an elf, a drow that likes ale. I don't like you, girl.
I like alcohol.
Yeah, I think Krieg is going to. I mean, if able, I'm going to swap out the Sentinel armor for some just regular leather armor. A little more inconspicuous than the bright red guard armor from the Scar. I mean, it's no change to stats. Leather is leather. So, but then I kind of turn to him and go, right, wagon. Where do you suppose we might find one of those now? What about
Most
the
of
inn?
them.
Is that a carriage house at the inn?
Yeah. There's a simple barn, some stables. Maybe down at Ippens, you might find something there. He always has a wagon or two for the markets. Otherwise, here and there about town, but I think a lot of them were taken, destroyed, lost in the chaos.
I think some tools also. We're going to have to take some of them. There's all those people that are, well, I guess they're fucking homeless now, right? They're going to need to build some wagons down there. They got a couple broken ones. They're not any help to them.
You can carry that shit. Unless you find a wagon, I ain't carrying any of the fucking crap for them.
Well, that's why I'm looking for a wagon. I don't want to carry it either.
Yeah.
Or at least some horses with saddlebags.
Maybe something smaller like a pony. Horses are just too tall.
Did you say a fucking bunny?
A pony? It's like a wee horse.
Well, I can barely understand the shit out of your mouth, man. Like, come on.
Hey, now don't be like that. He's doing his best.
It's his accent. I'm not trying to be mean. Yeah, maybe I am. Whatever.
That's the strangest
Malachi, are
thing.
you okay?
I'm speaking plain fucking common here.
Okay, everyone, let's just calm down. I can understand you, but you do talk a little fast.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, fast. That's
Is there any apothecary or medical supplies we could get around here?
Yeah, anywhere we could get some potions?
Or something to treat my brother's eye?
fuck.
Oh, that's a
He probably
hell
doesn't
of
want
a,
to marble forever.
might be able to put a couple patches over there or something.
Because it kind of fucking hurts, you know. Just throwing that out there, everybody.
Here, drink this. I'll give you some ale.
Sitting here with a fucking eye just missing out of the side of my head.
I don't think it looks that bad, really.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. That's really nice of you.
Kind of makes you look like a badass.
Maybe we can be in a club together later, maybe when I get over this. Yeah.
Probably not. I still got both of mine. He wipes the kind of leaky giant swelled eye.
Now he's fucking bragging. This is great. Okay.
It's just so we quit for the language thing. We'll find you a patch or something.
So is everything worth... Sorry.
No, I just think I look cool with the patch.
You would look pretty cool. Ladies do dig a scar, brother.
Thanks.
Is everything worthwhile in this town down here? Shit, I forgot his name.
Wellum. My goods here, plenty good enough. Strong and sturdy, they'll help you out. Just for apothecary, anything of the sort would be at Ippin's simple supply store, a mill house and bakery. Ain't got much, but maybe a eye patch or two and some med kits or something. And that, it's hard to say.
Fucking bunch of funny people, fucking eye patches and shit. This is great.
Listen, when we get to Baldur's Gate, we'll go to a cleric or something and get it fixed.
Woohoo!
For now, you're just going to have to wear the battle scar. We need
Yeah.
to get back, though, to Dara.
I think perhaps we should check Ippin's.
Yes.
Not just because it's a pub, but because there could be things there we need. I think Dara said she had some friends or something that might be there still. I don't much care about that. But if there's possible, what do you call it, apothecary, maybe we can find some of those bits to help Malachi's eye.
Listen, let's all just stop talking about Malachi's eye for a little bit. He's obviously very sensitive about it, and we just need to focus on the job at hand here.
I see what you mean.
Funny. Fuck. Yeah, that's good. It's a good one.
We dwarves are known for our humor.
We cleared out this town by the looks of it, so maybe we can afford to... How big is it? Can we split up and keep the vision of each other?
You making another joke? You guys are so fucking funny.
Oh, actually, that was a good one. I missed that.
Oh. You know what? Can you guys all do me a favor and walk on my left? Thanks.
Well played.
We need to check out the Fabled Fawn Tavern, because why not? Might as well humor her now that we're here.
Oh, yeah. Fabled Fawn today. Big barn, and if there's anybody left there, I'm sure there'd be some ponies and perhaps some donkeys and maybe a wagon or two.
There we
go.
go.
That would be a good spot. Yeah. Gotta watch out for their neighbor there. That old poet, he's a bit crazy, but beyond that, he'll be all right.
Also would like to check out Open's supply shop.
Fat little bastard. Arrogant little snoot he is. Yeah, I'd be happy to take whatever he's got in there.
Yeah, how about you help us come back and help out Dara and the rest of them, because they're in trouble. That's the least you can do for what we did for you. We almost died, and obviously some scars that won't be quickly healed have been taken. So Wellen and Gorgic, I think we'll need you for now.
All right, we'll be right behind you. We'll be right behind. Don't you worry. Watching your back, and I'll call out if I see anything out there. Gorgic, he's got an eye like a camel, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Two eyes like a camel, actually.
That's a good one.
I
mean, you shut your fucking face right now. Didn't you hear the man?
He's an excellent pupil.
If you're gonna say it, you have to whisper on his right side. You can't hear so good.
Let's split up here, and Krieg and Smithy and Friend can go check out the supply shop, and me, Mithra, and Malachi will go check the Fabled Fawn.
That sounds like a great idea.
Cover more time here.
See you
Remember
guys.
the
Bye
smell
now.
of brimstone and the potential threat of demonic creatures coming and attacking our paying people. So if they die, then we'll have no one to pay for and have wasted our time.
Yeah. Yep.
I guess we'll put this one on.
Split the party.
All right,
Yep.
sounds good to me. Is it just gonna be me and you, Quinn?
And
I'm coming
Malachi.
too. Jesus.
And Malachi. Sorry, Malachi. I didn't mean it like that. I might need that marble back, though, but don't worry. We're going to get your eye fixed.
Oh, yeah, you gave him the marble.
Well, I'm sure he doesn't want a marble
You
forever.
just see Malachi drop his head in his hands.
I'm gonna make a quick medicine check whether he wants it or not, and make sure it's not gonna get infected. And I rolled a unnatural 20.
It's nasty for sure. It's probably something you're gonna want to have, fixed up or something going. For time being, he's okay, but it's nasty.
Yeah.
Can we find a cleric anywhere, guys? Like, do you think that's something we could
Baldur's
do?
Gate, probably.
Well,
Maybe
I'm glad somebody's thinking about that
Dara.
now.
Dara was a
I mean,
priest of some sort.
Not the first fucking thing, but at least it came up, I guess, right?
So we're just gonna hope that they can find some medicine?
She also mentioned that Vasha and Segrin at the Fabled Fawn were more powerful priests than her. They wanted you to find them just in case they needed stronger magics than what she had for the travel to Baldur's Gate.
There we go. Maybe they'll be alive, brother. A nice magical priest that can fix all of our problems. Let's go. All the more reason to get on in a hurry.
Sounds good.
I really hope we find them.
All right. Splitting up.
So head up out of this small basement area. Everything looks safe down there. You can close the doors behind you, even that secret door there. Start headed back out into town. It's not very big. You can see down at the end of the street where the mill house is. It's just, looks like a bakery on one side. Has these large windows. Most of them are shattered out now. Supply store. On the back side of it is this great big wheel. They'll run like through a river or anything. Oddly enough, there is no river or anything for this water wheel, but it's still there on the side of the building. It's maybe some sort of decoration or something. And you can see it's Ippen Supply Shop written above that. Well, I'm gonna come up. And the fabled fawn is on the other side of town, just beyond down the road there from the smith shops. Come on, we can go check it out. What is your name? I forget your name. As he looks over at you, Krieg.
Krieg.
Excellent, Krieg, yes. Here I am traveling with two dwarfs. What does a man gotta do? And he will start heading towards his smith shop and towards where he pointed that the fabled fawn is. You guys can walk all together up till you reach that break in the road. And he'll point down the street for Malachi, Quinn, and Mithra. Right down there is Ippen's. You can't miss it. It's a fat bastard. He has himself painted there on the sign. Just look for the one with the fat halfling. Go on, Krieg.
Thanks for your help.
Don't you mention it. Don't you mention it any time, lass. Always right behind you. Always right behind.
All right,
That's a little creepy.
Krieg, you take the supplies with the two towners, and we will go to the fabled fawn. And if any trouble breaks out, I will mutter, or I'll do a somatic gesture and then point to the sky, and a minor illusion of like a red light and the sound of like a bird will like flash, and I'll be like, if you see this, then that means we're in trouble.
All right, I'll come running.
Make some.
Otherwise,
kind of sign.
I'll meet back here unless I die.
Make some kind of sign. If you get in shit, I'll try to see it.
All right, so yeah, whoever you want to do first, Morgan.
So Krieg and Wellham, as you guys head down one way with Ordric, the other three continue down towards Ippen's. You can see this halfling shop come into view. The windows are shattered out of this building. It can look like it's been ransacked a little bit. On the side of it, well, it's not really a stable, but you can see two carts that are positioned over on the side and have been chained up and locked into place so nobody steals them. But there's definitely two carts along the side of the building. You don't see anything otherwise around it, though. Nobody. Everything's quiet.
Start to head towards it then. Maybe a perception check wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, let's do that.
I'm distracted by Malachi's complaining of his eye, probably.
Oh no, Malachi's quiet right now. You'll know if Malachi says anything, man.
19.
Ooh, nice. So better than your mage friend, and obviously more perceptive than your one-eyed warlock. You can look down this road, Mithra. You don't really hear anything, but every now and then, you're almost positive you can see a shadow flitter by the window inside this building on the bakery side of it.
Can I tell if it's magical?
No,
or if someone's casting a spell? Or is it just a creature?
Yeah, it looks like somebody or something is in there moving around. But it's only every now and then. You don't hear anything, though. Just this flash of a shadow, and it's gone for a few moments as you're walking towards it. You might
It's
see
in
it
the
again.
bakery?
Yep, on the bakery side.
All right, I'm going to tell Quinn what I say. I'm going to nudge her and say, hey, I can see shadows. There's something there. I don't know what it is, but something's moving. Maybe you should be prepared that they don't want to interact with us.
And that's from the Fabled Fawn?
No, from Ippen's supply shop.
But we have to walk by it, right? And we were going to go in, were we not?
You guys are heading to Ippen's, right?
I think we have it backwards. I thought we were going to the Fabled Fawn and Krieg was going to Ippens or opens.
Oh, I have it backwards. I am sorry.
Yeah.
So, in that case, well, as you notice, it is they split parties then. So Krieg, Wellum, and Gordrick, you guys would see the shadow. My bad. Sorry.
Hey, Krieg, it seems like there's something going on in there. Careful.
I'll warn Krieg
Right.
before we split up.
Alright, well, as long as it's not all Oni with a tail, I think we'll be alright. Yeah, so yeah, we'll start moving in. I'm gonna kind of wave the other two, Willem and Gordrick, back a little bit. I'm gonna kind of creep up and try and get a sight through the door. Or is it closed? Or
Nope, they are. There's two doors, one on the supply side and one on the bakery side. Wellum and Gordrick have no problem whatsoever of staying back. You can see both of them actually quickly move over to the side bushes and just, kind of leap to the side and bury themselves under the leaves and keep hidden quite well. Now and then peeking out to see what's going on.
I'll check the supply side. If the door's not open, I want to kind of just nudge it just a little bit and peek in.
You can hear Wellum behind you. I see something over there. Krieg, over to your right, over to your right. As he's yelling down the street once again. Inside.
I don't need him.
Inside, you will notice there is definitely somebody in the bakery or something. Looks average-sized, humanoid shape or whatever, moving around in the back every now and then. Looks like they're putting something over their shoulder or in a sack or something.
I'm just going to walk in. Just going to push the door, sword out, shield up, and just walk my way right in.
You see this figure as he turns around and looks. Looks to be a human anyway. This long gray beard that hangs down his chest, kind of covered in, not really rags, but dirty clothes of sorts. He'll look for a few moments and watches as you enter. Oh, hello.
Yeah, Dara sent me. I need your supplies for refugees. Yes.
Lad, I don't think you got the right place. This isn't mine. This is mine. No, I'm just getting a bit of bread and butter. Wait a minute. He says, I think I know you. I think I know you. He says, yeah, you're that dwarf. And he holds his hands up and kind of points it out and frames it around your face. He says, yeah. I think I know you, lad. You're that dwarf. You're that dwarf. What was your name again?
Yeah, well, noticing him a dwarf makes you very fucking astute. Take your bread and get the hell out.
Says, no. I gotta chronicle this, lad. Just give me just a moment.
Krieg.
Krieg, I knew that's what it was. I thought I knew you, Krieg. He takes out this book,
From
pencil.
where?
Hold on. Let me get to my book, lad. Where are you from, Krieg? Where are you from?
From the mountains?
Krieg from the mountains. I knew that. It was Krieg from the mountains. I wrote a story about you, Krieg. You remember that time that we were drinking ale late in the pub, and you were like, I am Krieg of the mountains, and I wrote a story about that. Let me read it to you. Are you ready?
Aye, I'm ready. Do you know my last name?
I don't think you told me your last name. What's your last name?
I don't rightly know.
Krieg, don't rightly know. That's what I knew it was. I knew it was something like that. Krieg of the mountains, don't rightly know. Yes, that's what it was. We're going to tell all the stories. Krieg. I tell you what, you go on about your business. You don't bother me. Don't mind me. And he'll take a seat on a little side bench or whatever, just watching you. Every time you do something, he quickly starts writing in his book.
That's cool with me as long as he's not attacking. I'm going to start looking for medical supplies or food that might keep a little bit better.
Yeah, there's pretty much all you can imagine in basic supply shop. There's some medical supplies, odds and ends. Give me a 1d4 roll.
Alrighty. 3. Not bad.
Come through. Imagine maybe in his time travels he'd recognize healing potions, but they're probably even labeled here. So get yourself 3 healing, just 1d6 plus 1. Nothing fancy. Okay. Otherwise, plenty of dried meat and cheeses and some dried fruit and things like that. Something you could definitely stockpile a bit. Most of the bread looks like it's getting rather gross at this point. Some of it molding over and getting stale. But it's edible per se. And otherwise, it has all your basic supplies. I don't know if there's anything odd that you want, but just your typical.
Eye patch.
Give me a 1d20 roll. 11 or higher, and there's an eye patch.
Nope, no such luck on my dice.
Nope, no eye patches here.
Figures.
The eye patch box is completely empty.
Right.
There's a lot of one-eyed people in this town.
All right, then. Yeah, I guess if that's that, I'm not so worried about a bakery. So I think, I'll just load up a large sack with some additional rations and stuff, dried meats, dried bread, dried cheeses and stuff, and I guess that's it on this end, unless that crazy old bastard's doing something.
No, he just will stay back a ways, maybe like 5-6 feet, but he follows you around everywhere, writing in his book.
All right. Cool. I just assume he's working for the ferries and making sure I'm on task, so I'm continuing on.
Yeah, outside there are 2 wagons. Both of them are chained down to like heavy wooden posts that are buried into the ground. Both of them look fairly decent. They're a little roughed up, and one of them's kind of kinked a little, but it's both road-worthy.
Could I just pull the stake from the ground that they're chained to?
No, it's a big wooden post that buries down into the ground, like you would tether a horse to or something.
Yes, I don't think I'm going to break the chain. I'm going to use I've got a club. I assume it's like a billy club kind of thing. I'll use that to kind of knock the post, try and get it loosened, shoulder into it a bit to loosen that thing up and still try to heave it out of the ground. Just throw it in one of the wagons and we could roll out.
As you're doing this, and hear this man behind you. Aye, lad, give it a bit of shoulder. Kick it good. Kick it. If you give it a little bit of a wiggle right to there, hit your club. I like that.
Yeah,
Give it with a bit of energy. He says, no, don't mind me. I'm not here.
Right. Yeah, I'm go back and just muscling through it.
Over in the bushes, Wellham and Gordrick will watch as you fight and wrestle with this post. This old man writing this thing and cheering you on. Malachi, Quinn, and Mithra, you 3 are headed towards the fabled fawn. So you'll pass by. You can see as Krieg and heads into the bakery area. You can go down this road just a little ways, and it sort of goes downhill a little bit. What would originally be a road that leads into the city, but being that the city is no longer there, it looks sort of like you're starting to descend down into this massive crater. But as you come around the knoll, you can see the fabled fawn down. It's about a quarter mile down the road and around the corner. All 3 of you give me perception checks.
22.
15.
I lost my die. Oh my god. Oh,
She lost her eye. I think that's what she said.
No, I could see it. Hang on 1 second. Ooh. Sorry, it's a perception check, right?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh my god, I'm having a brain fart. 13 plus 4.
17. So, Quinn, all of you are going to see the fabled fawn in the distance. It's a large, typical shaped cottage and in between it and a barn is the stables where it's open hay stable, so you can see some horses and stuff in there. And then attached to that is the barn, so it's the cottage, the stables, and the barn. But you can see the barn is just completely engulfed in flames on one half of it. All around this place, you see these little skin blob-like creatures bashing on the side of the tavern, banging on the doors. And this huge oak tree rises up behind of the cottage, this fabled fawn tavern. You can see what look to be insects, and you'll notice it, Quinn, more so than the others, these large bugs that seem to be flying around. They're easily like the size of an eagle or a large bird of prey. And they flip in and out between the barn and across the ground, Every now and then you'll see them dragging away body parts, arms, legs, sometimes heads, sometimes an entire body. And they look to be crafting some sort of hive in this tree, all mangled together with these body parts. Several of these bugs are crawling around it, look like they're vomiting up this almost glowing orange stuff that's fusing all these bodies together. As other ones climb in and out of what few holes there are in between all of these bodies, again, buzzing in and out. Inside, you can hear the screams of people both in the tavern and in the barn. There's 3 horses in the stables, which are quickly getting swarmed over by these bugs. What do you guys do?
I'm gonna quickly whisper to everyone to like duck or take cover behind something before we're spotted. And guys, there's too many. We need to get Krieg and the others. I will, I guess, do my minor illusion of a bird crying and a light into the sky.
Yeah, we definitely can't handle this on our own. We need the rest of the team.
We can't run in like last time, though.
No.
Just bugs. What's the best way to take care of bugs? There's millions of them.
Yeah, but they're crafting human... They're playing with human body parts, and they're huge.
Well, I know they're not normal, but there's a fuck ton of them.
I know,
also-
that's why we need help.
Only a matter of time before they are overtaken. We need to decide horses or the people.
So if we duck down, are we hidden right now?
Yeah, you're far enough back that they have not noticed you, or they seem more interested in the people at the tavern and barn anyway.
How
And
many
the
did we see
horses.
again?
Of the bugs,
Yeah.
if you sit and watch it for a little while, it looks like there's 9 of them that seem to be out and about doing things and taking bodies back. There's other ones that seem to be in the hive, but they're not coming out. And then these demonic skin blob things, there's 9 of them that are wandering around, banging on the side of this cottage, trying to get through the windows, which have been shuttered, slamming onto the doors, trying to get into the place. They look exactly like the skin blobs from the prison.
What are we gonna do when the rest of the group gets here, though? Are we gonna, like, try and save those people? I mean, that's a lot of screaming.
I don't know if they have that long to wait. Why the fuck would we try to save them anyway? Are we here for horses?
Well, it just seems kind of heartless to just listen to them scream.
Also, there might be
Besides-
priests. Do
And,
you want your eye back?
and I want to know what the
Fine.
hell is going on.
Let's go check it out.
Well, no,
Yeah.
no. Let's wait until the rest of the group sees Quinn's signal.
What the fuck are we gonna do? They're screaming right now.
Yeah, but we're not going to
Okay.
do much with just us.
Someone should go back and get Krieg, and others should try to make some kind of distraction. Any ideas? And
I'll
I'm
run
gonna-
back and get Krieg and...
I'll make the distraction.
All right, just don't make yourself the distraction this time. I am going to like creep around. It's far, right?
Yes, you got about a quarter of a mile down to where it's at. So
Jesus.
How
I'm
far
gonna-
do I have to run? Like, I'm pretty light. Can I do an athletics check and see how fast I can run?
back to where Krieg is, it would not very far, maybe a minute if that. It's not very
Okay.
far.
I'm pretty light, so I'm assuming I can get there and back tell Krieg to get with us pretty quickly.
We're gonna start advancing, like kind of like stealthily, and then get to within range of the tavern.
Do you send up that signal, Quinn?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's like a kind of flashing red, like almost flare, and the sound of a bird.
And that'll be over to you, Krieg. And this man will be watching as you slam this. Takes a few knocks. Eventually, you're able to get this thing almost pulled free when you see that flare up in the sky.
Oh, shit. It's time to go, old man. And then I kind of yell up, Willem, Godric, we've got to move. And I'm going to leave that stuff there and start heading kind of towards the area, I guess, that flare is coming from.
The man will nod. He says, yeah. Willem and Godric. I has excellent sidekicks to our native hero. Let's see how they do against this now. Let's see how they do. Aye, laddie, don't mind me. I'm just recording.
Record faster this way.
And he will run behind you, writing in his book and occasionally holding up his hand, sort of picturing you through his eye or through his lens or whatever it is he's doing. Wellum and Gordrick will peek out of the bushes and they just, we'll stay right here, Krieg. Don't you worry. We'll make sure nobody robs the supply shop.
You can have all the supplies, but if you take one of those fucking wagons, I will gut you both.
What, us? What would we do with a wagon? Yeah, we're not gonna... Right, Gordrick, we're not gonna touch a wagon. We're not gonna do that.
I will gut you both.
The door shakes. Gordrick no touches wagons. Gordrick don't even know how to drive wagons.
Guts you both. And then I turn and go.
Mind you, the dwarf stops and talks to his friends. Lads, our sidekicks, no, don't much worry, no. Not very good sidekicks. Let's follow the dwarf and see what he does. And he will run behind you as you go to meet up with the others. Quinn, you would come up around the corner to see Krieg running toward you. This old man in dirty rags running behind him, mumbling.
I believe you meant Mithra.
Oh, Mithra. I am just...
Sorry, I was on
tonight.
mute. And I'm just gonna yell, Krieg, you need to come back. Come with us. We need your help. We can't split up right now. There's some bad shit going on down the hill.
Oh, I figured it was bad. There was birds and that big red thing in the sky popped up.
Yeah, and we have no idea what it is, but I need you to come back with us. I'm glad you're coming.
Oh, I
Hi.
have to keep you safe.
The lad, Krieg of the Mountains, I don't rightly know, and his friend, new sidekick. What's this girl's name? You know, peek up right beside your shoulder, Krieg, as you're running.
Krieg, who is this?
Chronicler. I think he's from the Queen.
The chronicler from the Queen. That's what I'll put her as. Thank you.
I can't figure out whilst he's writing about me.
Do we have to keep him?
Hey, lassie, don't mind me. I'm just simply following along. You won't even notice I'm here. Just
Well, I'm
keep
noticing
running.
him now. Anyways, come on, Krieg, and I'm gonna start running back towards Quinn and Malachi.
Yeah, Krieg follows.
So, Quinn and Malachi, you guys can see up the road where the others are running. It's going to be a few moments before they get to you guys, though. What do you do? Actually, I'll have both of you roll me a 1d20.
Yeah, we were advancing to try to get within range.
I have a distraction set.
I rolled any modifier or just a straight roll?
Straight roll.
I'm going to use my inspiration. The first time I looked, I couldn't see that stone, so I tripped, and now I'm paying more attention. Shit. First roll is a 3, the second roll is a nat 1.
That one, and what did you get, Chris? Sorry, Quinn.
4.
Oh, jeez. All right. So the spire doesn't look like it spreads a whole lot as you guys make your way down. You can see that the barn where the fire is pretty heavily full of hay and other stuff. It seems to quite flammable, and from what you can tell, it hasn't caught on too much yet, but it's only a matter of time before this whole place is engulfed. You can hear the screams inside the tavern. You think maybe a handful of people or so, but being all the windows are shuttered and the doors are shut, you can't see anything. You can just hear their voices. You will also see the 3 horses in the stables, and if you watch the barn as you guys get closer, there's 2 men up in the upper loft that are looking down, like trying to figure out a way out, but they're about 3 stories up. One of them is holding this bundle in his arms, and they're just looking around trying to figure out what to do. One of them every now and then will start swapping or swinging the sword at one of these wasp things when they come in near them.
And do we have to pass by the barn to get to the...
The road leads right down to the stables, where the tavern would be on the left, the barn would be on the right, and the stables would be in the middle.
What do you think, sis? Think we can take them?
I don't think we want to take them until the others get here, but I don't think we have that much time to wait and discuss this. Do we want horses or the priest?
I could fucking deal with the eye. It hurts like hell, though, I gotta tell you. And it's bleeding all over the fucking place.
The barn's on fire. The stable is not on fire?
It's not reached there yet. It just has the wasps that are trying to get to the horses.
All right. I think we can maybe quickly distract the wasps, let the horses free.
Those wasps seem to be going after the body parts, right?
Yeah.
Hold on
Yep,
a
they're
second.
collecting whatever kind of body parts they can get, plus trying to get to the horses. But
I gotta pop the marble out of my face. It's covered in blood and a little bit of gore, I would imagine. That could be considered a fucking... possibly a body part, maybe, if these bugs are stupid. So I'm gonna try to bounce it off the barn in front of the wasps so that they see it. And they're like obviously distracted by it, but it's not coming from us. And then hopefully I'll roll for that, but like I want them to see the piece of gore bouncing.
And then when he chucks it, I want to, like, once they're distracted by the rocks, make us both just do a mad sprint for the stables, and then try to. I got a spell I want to cast. Is it within reason that if he throws the marble that we can make a mad dash to the stables without being seen, or is that just like too much distance?
no, not if you want to get that close. No, I'll need a stealth.
Yeah, I just want to, like, as soon as he throws the rock, I want us both to sprint, like, stealth, and then just kind of like dash and roll up to the side of the wall, basically.
If you're getting that close, then you'll notice that 4 of the wasps are on the men in the 2 men in the barn, and there's 6 wasps total on the horses,
6 on the horses, 4 on the men. Jesus.
and 9 of the blob things on the building.
All right, I'm going to whisper to Malachi that I don't have much power left in me after that fight, so we can't provoke them all, but we can at least try to distract what we can. And then tell him to throw the rock and hope that Mad Krieg and Mithra are on the way with the meat shields that we agreed to last time always bring with us, and definitely would have brought with us this time.
Give me stealth checks, both Malachi and Quinn. See if you can get close enough.
Does the rock help us at all? Maybe give
those
us...
2 guys up on the top of the barn can help us if we can get them down. Oh, it's a 17 plus... Oh, hold on, sorry.
I meant close in.
That's not natural 20.
18 for me.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So both of you, yeah, you would get within reason to be able to pop out that marble, that gift that Corridor had given Mithra, and hurl it across the field, smacking it off the side of this barn. Are you trying to hit one of these, or just get their attention?
Just get their attention. Try to get them to follow the marble away from us, not towards us.
Cool. Yeah, you'll see. Tell you what, give me a 1d4 roll. See how many you can distract.
1.
1. So it'll smack maybe just right to the side of one of these wasp things. It'll quickly buzz around, diving down towards the ground, scooping it up in these. Notice the front legs or hands or whatever this thing has are sort of done like almost like pincher claws. It quickly scoops them up and starts buzzing towards this hive behind the building that's being built into this tree. The other 3 will remain, and then are you just making a mad dash?
Yeah, I'm making a mad dash and like kind of like a running dash roll against the wall, like kind of like a spy, like Navy SEAL like.
Beautiful. All right.
I think we gotta blow up that hive.
And then I got a plan if they're alerted to us. I got like a spell I want to ready in case, like, if I suspect that they're coming our way.
Well, he distracted one, and as you would make a running, they would certainly notice you. We will just enter initiative. That would be easier. Let me find my...
Get ready.
That's not what I was planning at all.
I'll let you get your sneak attack in, basically. What would you like to do, Quinn?
It wasn't a sneak attack. I was just gonna. I thought we could get to the wall without being seen.
Not with that many there. You can try.
No, it's fine.
But,
can I just? I guess I didn't say I was ready. I was readying something else, so it's up to you if you want to let me attack or not.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, fuck. They see us. Ray of Frost. Unnatural 20 to hit on 1 for a total of 2 damage as a cold ray of frost shoots from my hand.
Excellent. Oh, jeez, anyone on the offensive?
I will, however, say if we can break line of sight, I might have a plan.
I got a fucking sneak attack too, then, if that's cool.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, how close are they then if we ran up to the wall?
If you're going right up towards them, you can get within... I mean, they're flying around, but they're within 30 feet at least, if not less.
How many would be within 10 feet?
You run into the stables or the barn? Stables, there's, what is there, 6 of them there? So, yeah, 3 of them at least would be within the same area.
I'm just gonna use my cantrip poison spray. I'm gonna, out of my mouth, I'm gonna, like, out of my tonsils, I'm gonna hold the back of my neck and just kind of sprit my neck forward, and a big cloud of poison is gonna come out of my mouth and go 10 feet in front of me. They're gonna have to save for a con save for half of 1d12 poison damage.
Let's see. Go ahead and roll the damage, and I'll go right down the line here.
9.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, you will see 3 of them start scrambling around in the air. It seems to affect all 3 of them. They flop around a little bit, hitting the ground. This green, noxious smoke surrounding them as they start to pull themselves back up. And Krieg and Mithra, you guys can see as they made a dash towards this and start to get engulfed in a fight. You are 4 moves away, so you can either dash, would take 2 turns, or move and do something, might take 4, depending on what you do, but you're basically 4 movements away. Up first.
4 movements before we can even attempt to attack them?
Unless you got something that has long enough range, but you're going to be 3, 6, 9.
The longest range I have is 120.
Yep, that would be, you're 120 feet away.
Okay.
It would be 4 moves.
Okay, cool, thank you.
All right, up first, the wasps. 6. The 4 that are up buzzing around the top of the loft, you can see they're zooming in and out between these huge open doorways. This man that is up there, one is cradling a bundle in his hands and just trying to stay out of the way. The other one has a sword. You can see he's not very well trained in this as he's swinging back and forth and just trying to keep things at bay. One of them will swing in. You can see this huge stinger eject from the back of it as it goes right through this man's neck and out the other side with a sword. He'll quickly fall to the ground, spasming for a few moments before laying still. And this one that stabbed him will start gathering him up in his claws and start dragging him out the backside of the barn towards this thick hive-like thing that they're building. Let's see. You're on the horses, so there's going to be 3 on the horses. I need more dice.
That's never good.
All 3 hit the horses, so one of these horses quickly overcome. 2 of them grab a hold of it, just stinging it. The other ones, these huge claws on their hands, just tears this thing apart as one of the horses goes down. The other 2 starts freaking out, spasming, trying to pull their reins free as best they can and trying to get out of there. And the 3 of these will start dragging this horse away. I'm going to say 2 on you, Malachi, with a nat 20 and a 19, so I'm assuming those both hit. And Quinn, I got a 17.
I'll hit.
So Quinn, your damage is going to be 1 point of fire damage. It has like this thick red globule thing that it spits out and launches in your direction. Malachi, both of these are the swords. Ooh. 3. 12 points of damage, Malachi, is the 2 that are on you.
I'm going to use Hellish Rebuke.
Go for it.
That's 2d12. I think this is, no, that is, sorry. 1, 6, and 9, so 15 damage to one of the ones that hits me.
Do they get a save, or?
2 dex save for half.
They failed anyway. So you will take that one out. Actually, what kind of damage is it? Does it say what kind of damage it is?
Fire, I think.
Hellish Rebuke. Hellish Rebuke is fire damage, yeah.
Yeah, you'll see these flames erupt out around you as this thing hits you. It washes over these things and doesn't even phase them. And with that,
how much damage was that again? Sorry.
12. And
that'll knock me down.
Krieg, you are up. Oh.
He said he wants to use his turn to dash.
He's just sprinting. Okay, gotcha. Mithra, you are up. You can see Krieg just take off ahead of you.
I'd like to sprint as well, but I just want to use one turn. Like, I want to get closer, but not, like... If I sprinted for just one turn, do you think I would be within 90 or 60 feet?
You can move 30, which will put you within 90, and still take another action if you want.
Okay.
Or you could basically take 2 moves and be within 60, but you don't get another action.
Okay, so like this turn, I could move 30 and cast the spell?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna move forward 30 feet and, well, run, and are they all kind of still, like, are they coming towards Quinn and Malachi?
Yep. You'll see the 2 that are on Malachi as he goes down, this eruption of flame come off the warlock's body and wash over these things. It doesn't really seem to phase them. When it clears up a little bit.
Okay, I will ready sleep and cast it. Let's see, affects 5d8 HP in ascending order of current HP. I don't really get this. Creatures fall unconscious.
Yep.
So I can hit more than one wasp?
Yep, I can go right down the line. Do they get a save?
No, she rolls 5d8, and that's a total of HP that it puts asleep, starting with the person with the lowest amount of HP.
Yep. And you targeting these on the wasp that's right there in their vicinity, right?
Yeah, especially like, and the ones that are getting Malachi are included in that, right?
Yep. Go for it.
I'm just gonna keep roll. I'm gonna roll every time, I think, unless I roll really. No, I have to call it first. So I roll d8 5 times. Okay.
Yep. Total it all up, and I will go right down the line here.
All right. 3. Ooh, 6. 7. Ooh. 6. 3. And 7. Fucking right. I feel like that's good. Maybe, I don't know.
16.
Seems like a lot.
25.
I think the last 7 was 6.
Yep, I got it. 25 total. So let's see. 6, 12, 18, 24. So you'll put 4 of them to sleep. And the other one doesn't. The last one is lost. But yes, you'll see 4 of these. One that is on... it would be the 2 on the horse, 1 that is on Malachi, and the 1 that is on Quinn you'll put to sleep. So there's 1 on the horse and 1 on Malachi left. And jeez, I am totally not with it tonight. Let's see. That's the horse. That's right. All right. So yeah, there's 2. There's only 1 left on the horse, 1 on Quinn, and 1 on Malachi left. Sorry. Anything else?
I can't move at all anymore, can I?
Nope.
I'm just gonna stay where I'm at then.
Basically be running forward. All right. In that case, Malachi, you are up. I need a death roll. As the last you remember is these things coming in, these claws digging into your flesh. You can still feel it as they start to pull and tear at you.
Before I went out, all I really thought was, damn, they're stronger than I thought. That's a nat 20.
Ew, so give
1
yourself
HP.
1 HP.
What? What the fuck? These things are tough.
Quinn, you are up. There's 1 on you, 1 on Malachi, 1 on the horses. The rest are asleep.
1 on me, 1 on Malachi. And the rest are asleep, sorry?
1 is on the horses.
Okay.
1's dragging that horse away, and the other
All right.
4
well,
are asleep.
Let's go for the 1 on me with a ray of frost. Wait, do I know what are these things demons or fiends or devils, or do I know by chance? Can make a little check around me with an arcana and maybe get a sense of it.
Arcana would work, sure.
All right. Nope. I rolled terribly. 11, but I'm assuming that's not enough to discern.
As you're up closer, you can see that the whole underbelly and everything that they're vomiting up, their heat coming off these things is quite intense. They look like sort of like wasps, but they have these big, huge claws on the front, these spikes all over their body, and they're about the size of a bird, large bird.
All right, I'll yell, "Fuck it, fire doesn't work, try this." And Ray of Frost for 24 to hit and a total of 7 damage on the one that's on me.
So, actually, you're going to deal double damage, so roll that again as well.
All right, 6, so a total of 13 damage.
Nice. It's the blast off of you a little bit. It's still up, but you can see this orangish glow within its body fading away as it starts to buzz back in.
Weak to cold, brother. Weak to cold.
And Quinn, give me a 1d20 roll.
Yeah, this should be good. 4.
A 4. So currently you're resting at 9% of the barn is on fire. And the skin blobs are up. They're going to continue just to bang, trying to get into this tavern. None of them really are paying much attention. You can see some look in your direction, Quinn and Malachi, and up the road and stuff, but they seem quite intent on trying to get into this building. Inside, you can hear the screams of people, women, children, men, all alike, as they're trying to hold out long enough. Up first, Quinn, you are up first. This one is buzzing. It's still right there next to you. See Malachi getting up. He has one, and again, the horse has one.
All right, get off me. I'll roll 20 unnatural to hit for a total of 3 cold damage. Do I double it again?
Yep, but you don't need to. Go ahead and describe what you do.
I imagine it comes flying towards me with its pinchers clacking, and I just hold out both hands and freeze it solid and duck out of the way, and it smashes into the ground to a bunch of pieces.
Nice. Krieg, you are up. As you were sprinting forward, you could do one more dash to get to him.
Would like to move towards the horses for the rest of my action, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry about the miss there. Did I see what was going on at the barn?
Yes.
Like, can I see Malachi and Quinn?
Yep. Malachi is on the ground. Quinn is, blasting this one thing off, and look like he's moving towards 2 horses that are currently left.
Yeah, continuing the full sprint, double move. But I'm gonna make a beeline towards Malachi. If he's on the ground.
Yep, and you will reach him at the end of your turn then.
Okay.
Next
and
up.
Shield kind of raised up, kind of over the head if there's flying shit.
Oh, there's flying shit. Flying bugs for sure. Next up is the fire. Oh, Mithra, why don't you give me a 1d20 roll? $17. That would be so. This fire quickly begins to spread down along the side of it. Inside, you can see several hay bales burst on flames as 26% of this barn is now engulfed in flames and is quickly moving down the rows towards you. Up next are the wasps. The one on you, Malachi, again just swings in, trying to stab at you. 14 to hit, Malachi. You're muted.
Yeah, that hits my. Yeah, that hits.
24 plus 8. 4 plus 4. 8 points of damage. Oh, plus 7.
Fuck, that hurts again. Oh.
And I need a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh, I'm out cold.
Still need that Constitution saving throw.
Oh, yeah, because I don't think I have much when I'm out cold. That'd be a 10 with saving through a con plus 2, 12.
Right on the money. You can feel all of your muscles tighten up for just a second as you go down once again. This one on you, it's going to grab a hold of you and starts dragging him away. It will drag him 30 feet towards the hive as he gets dragged past you and lifted up into the air and starting to get pulled away, Quinn. The one on you killed, and the one on the horse again starts just dragging the horse away. Skin blobs continue to battle and pound on this thing. Krieg, you are right there, so you get an attack of opportunity on this wasp that is dragging away Malachi.
Yep, swinging high with that long sword. That is not so grand. I'm gonna spend my inspiration because I don't want to give you one. Oh shit, that probably doesn't do it. 11. Oh wait. Plus 5, 16.
Does not hit, indeed.
Woo.
Or it does hit, indeed. There
It does?
Yes, it does.
I was about to get really worried about how tough to hit those things were. So that's going to be total 8 damage.
Gotcha. It is still up, but it will, grabs a hold of Malachi. As you dig into this, there's a splash of this crimson and orange glowing blood that sprays across the ground, sizzling. You see a small few areas pockmark of flame rise up. Its claws will reach around, pretty much cradling Malachi as the wings take off and starts buzzing as it lifts him up and starts moving towards the hive in the distance. Again, you can see this globule like lava start bubbling forth in its throat as it spits it out, washing over top of Malachi.
Oh, shit.
And Mithra, you are up.
All right. How far away is the wasp that's dragging away Malachi from me?
You only moved, so you were 90, so now it is 120 feet away.
Okay, I'm gonna move 30 feet again, and I'm going to use chromatic orb on the thing that's dragging Malachi away.
Okay.
So I have to roll 1d20 for that, yes?
Yep, it's an attack roll with your +6 or +5, whatever it is for your spell.
My spell? Okay, so +6, so that is 15 + 6, so unnatural 21.
Yep, that's a hit.
And damage is I'm going to use lightning damage. I'm going to hurl an orb of purple lightning at it, dealing, because I know the fire damage doesn't work, dealing 3d8 damage. So I'm going to just roll all 3 times. So 3. 8. Hey.
It will blast as this thing starts carrying him up towards this hive that's being built into the tree. This thick, glowing, hot lava goes over top of you, Malachi. Take 1 death tick for this lava as it washes over you, since you don't take damage. When this blast of lightning will just wrap around this thing, all you see left is this static bolt as it goes off. This thing will explode up into the air. Take another death tick, Malachi, as you've dropped 30 feet to the ground.
Yep.
And that is the end of the turn. Up first. Skin blobs, they're just continuing to bash on this building. So Quinn, you are up. As you can see this wasp explode in the air and Malachi's crumpled body to slam into the ground. This stuff that's covering him, this orange goo, seems to almost harden like rock around him as he hits the ground. And there's just one wasp next to you that's dragging away a horse. There's one's up in the building with those people, but there's 2 horses next to you still.
All right, fuck it. Going to save my brother. I'm going to run up to him and medicine. Let's see what happens. Hey, unnatural 20.
I'm going to follow closely behind Quinn, like, so you have enough room to work, but just in case you need some help.
You're not dying on me yet. Stabilize him.
All right.
And spin around, and everyone's caught up with me now.
Mithra's a little ways back yet, but...
Oh, sorry, I ran. I thought I could run up to Quinn because the battle was over.
Oh, nope, there's still a couple wasps.
Yeah, we got a lot to deal with.
Oh.
Krieg is right there, and Mithra's running towards you, but yeah.
All right, I'm going to point to Krieg and say 2 in the burning barn and who knows how many in the tavern. What's our play here? These things are tougher than they look.
Well, we've got to get him on his feet.
You got any way to do that?
I do.
Toss it over here, or I don't know, I probably don't have enough action enough to give it to him, but quickly, save him.
I guess, Quinn, you would notice, too, and at this point, this old man that is running around behind Krieg, constantly writing in his book, and seems to be talking and muttering to himself, watching the dwarf the entire time, not really paying any attention to the wasps that are buzzing around or anything else. Yeah. All right, Krieg, you are up next.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm going to slide in on my knees and pull one of those healing potions out and kind of just pour it down Malachi's throat. Swallow it, you bastard, swallow it. Plug the nose, whatever you have to do to an unconscious man to make him swallow the this liquid that will heal him up.
And behind you can hear the old man as he's wondering. And here, the old dwarf, he slid on his knees. His name, Matt Krieg of the Mountains, I don't rightly know, and his friend, the Wasp of Vomit Man. That's really only a sidekick Wasp Vomit Man. Watch him as he pours down the throat this liquid of life. And Krieg, why don't you give me a 1d20 roll?
Oh, crap.
Rollo.
Nat 20. Oh, my God. Is this a bad time for that?
That is.
Totally just
40
waste it?
As this flame seems to just suddenly just roar to life, rolling down through this barn, reaching just the edge of the stables. Inside, you can hear the screams of the man, the screaming of a baby that he carried that bundle. Several beams start falling down around this building. The whole backside starts to cave in as this huge plume of smoke, flame, embers rises into the air.
Did Malachi kind of come to?
Yes, you healed him. It'll be 1d6 plus 1. I don't know which one of you want to roll it, but...
Yeah, go ahead, roll it up, Malachi.
Well, that's a 6. Sweet.
Nice. And if I can, I want to stick a second one in his hand.
Yep, you can do that.
Now that he's awake.
Thanks, man.
Drink it.
Fuck. Why do I hurt so much? God, my bones. What's wrong? Oh,
You fell a good long way down.
my face hurts. Man, this shit's hot. What the fuck is going on?
Crash as all these embers come up and around it, and you see 4 of these wasp creatures just fly out from the flames as they rush towards you. One of them is carrying a body that takes off to the hive. The other 3 are going to swarm down. One on each of you, since you're right there. So Quinn, that's a nat 20. Oh.
Okay, I want to use my protection reaction, and I want to give that guy disadvantage against Quinn.
No, not 20 for you.
Yeah, no nat 20. I got one round I could do.
That's only a 4, I'm assuming.
Ha!
11 would be the total, which I'm sure doesn't
Yes.
fit.
Nice job.
So next, this one's
Shields
Malachi.
Okay.
16 on Malachi.
That'll hit.
That'll hit. 2, 3 plus 4, 7 points of damage, Malachi. This Malachi goes down, and Krieg, that's a 19 plus 4 is 24 or 23.
Yeah, that hits.
And you got the stinger, so 8 points plus 5, 9 points of fire damage plus 8 points of regular.
Oh yeah, Krieg's down. I only had 7.
You'll see this huge stinger come out the back of this thing, sticks Krieg right through the back as these legs wrap around, and this huge vomit of lava just comes up and over the dwarf, pouring down his body. Behind him, you can see this old man cackling. Look at him go, laddie. You don't want to get that all over you. You need to get out of that dwarf. I'm supposed to tell a story with you on the ground like that. And he will come over and start kicking at Krieg, trying to get him up. Take 1 death tick as this man's kicking at you. He says, get up! I don't want you to ruin my story, you damn dwarf. Krieg of the Mountain, I don't rightly know, and your sidekick friends. Do Malachi, give me a death save.
Okay. That's a nat 20.
Get to that 1 hit point back. You have the healing potion in hand if you would like to use it.
Yeah, I'll drink that shit. What am I gonna roll? That's a 5. Okay,
so 6.
So that's 7 in total.
And Mithra, you are running. You would be 60 feet out. You can see 3 wasps. One is dragging a body up towards this hive. Another one is dragging a horse up to the hive. But there's 3 wasps, one on each of your friends in the distance. This entire barn is just burning around them. To get to them, since they're on the other side, you would have to go through the flames or around it somehow. You're muted.
So I can't even aim any spells because
You can see through it, so you could aim a spell or something through it. But to reach them, you'd have to somehow get to them.
Okay. Not really. I'm gonna do magic missile, which has a range of 120 feet.
And do you want to do that on which wasp?
Kind of thinking about trying to aim one at all 3.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Sorry, it's an auto hit. So I just roll 1d4 plus 1 for each one.
Yep.
So 4, 4, 2, 5.
Oops. That was one extra.
Oh yeah, sorry.
3, so,
Scratch the last one. I don't know what I was thinking.
oh, you're good. Yeah, he will blast a bolt into each of these. It definitely hits. It doesn't seem to bother him too much, but it blasts into each one of these, distracting them for the moment. End of the round. And the wasps are up first. Krieg, the one on Krieg is going to grab a hold of him and start to dragging him away. Again, it's going to vomit up another blast of this lava stuff. Take another death tick as it carries you 30 feet towards the hive. Malachi, same thing. Take a death tick as it vomits up this black and orange ichor and starts dragging you 30 feet.
I'm up.
towards the hive. Oh, shit. Yes, you are. My bad. Go. So it will just make an attack then, as it's once again trying to get at you. 13.
That hits.
It's just a sting, so just a 2d6. 6 points of damage.
Okay, now we're talking.
And Quinn. You're gonna see this thing reach out. All these legs come spreading out as it dives towards you. The stinger coming out as it tries to wrap you up and sting at you. 14.
I will reactionary use my last spell slot to cast shield.
All right. So this blast around you as it slams into it. The stinger seems to just come inches from your face, and the point right there at the eye level is just trying to scrabble and get to you. And the other one's just taking the horse, which is the one on each of you. Who didn't roll? I think all of you rolled for fire, so let's go back to Quinn. Give me a 1d20.
Yeah, I'm the one we want. Low roller 6.
It's up to 54%. So it's going to start washing through the stables. Right at the edges, the horses are starting to pull like crazy, trying to get away from these flames, but they're tethered into place. You can see the flames licking right at the sides of their body, smell the burning of their fur. Their mane starts to have little embers start glowing. Mithra, you are up. Krieg is in the air being carried away by a wasp, just covered in this flowing lava rock stuff wrapped around him. This old man down below watches and starts flying away. Quinn has one on her, and Malachi has one on him. Plus, the horses are almost on fire.
Can I use one action to, or not? Can I move 30 feet closer to the group?
Mhm.
So I'm not. So now I'm 90 feet.
Nope, you'll be within 30 feet of them now. It'd be right at the edges, but you're going to be going towards the stables, which are partly on fire now. So to reach them, they're on the other side of the stable since they ran out the back side.
Yeah.
So the flames are right there. But you can see them.
Yeah, maybe I don't want to move forward. I'm gonna stay where I am then, and geez, I really don't. Just trying to think for a second. I guess I'm gonna aim poison. Oh no, I have to be closer. Darn it. Sorry, I don't know what to do. You know what? I'm just gonna use my turn to try and get closer to them. Like, can I do an athletics check, see if I can make it and run through the flames to get to them without hurting myself, or would I have to run around?
You could use a dexterity saving throw if you want to try and run through the flames and get them. Yeah.
All right. 18 plus whatever my dex mod is.
Oh, yeah. You can pull through. There's just enough room as you sort of dance between these horses and get to the other side and start running towards them. So if you do that, you will be able to come right up to them, as you would be able to reach both of them. All right. Actually, you would still have an action left once you get there.
Then I would like to aim poisons. What's closest to me right now?
Being that you'd get right to there, you can see Krieg is 30 feet off up in the air, getting taken towards the hive. But both Malachi and Quinn are right beside you.
I'm gonna aim poison spray at the one that's trying to take Krieg away.
All right.
Sorry. Should get spell sheet here.
Before you do that, Krieg, how many death ticks do you have? 2. Just as a heads up, Mithra, if you kill that wasp, it's going to drop him and it will kill him.
Oh.
Because he will take a death tick from the fall, and that will be his 3rd.
And I can't cast Featherfall till my next turn. Frig.
You could do Featherfall first and then do a spell.
Featherfall is a reaction.
Oh, yeah, it is, ain't it? Yep.
Plus, then I'd be doing 2, like, a spell and a cantrip, which I don't think I can do. I'm still on the same turn. I guess I will aim at the one who has Quinn and aim poison spray at it.
Is that a save or an attack? I believe it's a save.
Constitution save for half. Damage increases to 2d2. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fail totally.
Okay, so 1d12 poison damage.
Yep.
Where's my d12? Come on, 12. Not 12, but a 10.
That is enough to take it out. What does it look like when you cast poison spray?
It looks like a huge chunk of a huge goopy, purpley, almost glowy poison goo just splatters it and disintegrates it with its acid and just kills it.
Nice. You can see this thing hit the ground, just dissolving into this pile of red glowing mush and small embers. The stinger still throbbing and punching out, trying to get at Quinn. Malachi, you are up.
I'm going to, how high is my
Krieg,
buddy
30 feet.
If somebody can hit the wasp, I can cast Featherfall.
Alright. I'm going to trust in my team and not really think of much about the actions, the reactions to my actions. And I'm going to hopefully smash this thing with an Eldritch Blast. So out of my hand, the 5-pointed star of light will just shine bright as it beams towards the wasp. Let me get my dice. Damn it. I was lighting a fire. And that is a 15 plus 4, so 19 to hit.
Yep.
And it's 1d10 force damage, plus it will blast him by 10 feet. 1d10 shit. Where's that? There it is. 6 damage.
And blast him 10 feet. So yeah, you're going to see this thing get rocked by this blast that goes into it. One of the wings gets shredded. You can see a chunk of this orange globule stuff just gets flowing off the side of Krieg. But it's still buzzing and carrying him the best it can, a little lopsided now towards this hive up in the tree. Another glob starts to come out as it gets ready to glue him into place. Quinn, you are up. This one on you has been dissolved into a puddle by Mithra.
Don't worry, I got him. Mithra, get ready. And Ray of Frost, 19 to hit, and a total of double damage already calculated for. God damn it.
How much damage?
4 in total, and that's already doubled.
Oh, not quite. Yes, and you see more of his body start freezing over. The whole thing just kind of drops a few, almost dropping Krieg as it hangs by some of his armor underneath the talon as its wings are buzzing like crazy, trying to get him up to this.
I'm going to yell at the stupid dwarf to do something that's writing the book or whatever he is.
It's an old man, and he is sitting down on his haunches, quickly writing into this book of what's going on, all the while very unimpressed with his dwarven hero. Krieg, you are up. I need a death save.
Yep.
Natural
question.
20.
Before the death save, can I? I guess it's a bonus action. When can bonus actions be used? Is that
On your
after a
turn.
regular action?
You could technically use it before if you wanted, but
Yeah, because if I fail this, I die. So I think I want to just second wind right off the bat. I checked the book. It doesn't say anything about can't be used while unconscious.
I'm okay with that then, yeah.
Yeah, I think I trust that better since that's straight hit points, whereas 50-50 chance that I'm just dead. Son of a bitch. Roll 3, so that's 5 hit points at least.
Second win, and that's a bonus action, so you can go ahead and
So
take a turn.
I think Krieg kind of wakes up, buzzing in the air. What the? Oh, fucking hell!
Krieg, you're alive.
So longsword is out of the question. I'm assuming I'm not still holding that. Shield's
No.
probably still strapped, but I have a club at my belt, so I'm going to pull that out and just try and beam this thing in its skull. Going to attempt, anywho. Let's see here. 11, so that's 16 again.
No, that's a hit.
All right. So that is only for D4 plus 3. 6 damage. Dink!
As you bury the blade of your weapon into this thing, you're going to take fall damage.
It's just a club. Is there
Mithra now.
any way I can potentially use athletics or acrobatics to try and break the fall a little bit?
Is he gonna die if he falls?
Would be 3d6 probably.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Featherfall as he's falling.
Ooh,
Is your reaction. All right.
awesome.
So you can feel-
Your slowdown. Sorry, descent slows. Yeah, so you should slow down and just sort of gently bounce to the ground.
Nice. So I think
Slowly drift.
not knowing what's going on, I think Krieg kind of, as he slow falls, oh, that's the fairy queen. She's come to my aid. Oh,
I am your
excellent.
fairy. I am your fairy queen.
What?
I'm the
Are
one
you
who
the
saved
queen?
you. I just
You're making
saved
me
your life. A little thank you goes a long way.
Well, I did not know you was making me float. I appreciate that greatly.
You're
You're
I
very
put my
welcome.
things to the wrong place. And then if I can move, I'm going to head back towards everybody else, try to retrieve my sword.
All right. And at the end of the turn, up first for the next round is Mithra. Right behind you, these flames are starting to spread across this stable area. There's only one wasp left on Malachi. You will notice, though, looking over, it's all of these skin blob things. They seem to be taking more attention to all of you out in the open now. A couple have started smashing into windows and starting to get themselves pulled through the cracks, almost amorphous as they slide through cracks and holes in the walls into the tavern. But let's see how many. 4 of them are slobbing their way towards you guys.
How close am I to the one that's got Malachi?
You got right up there, so they'd be right beside you.
Okay, I'm gonna aim poison spray at that one as well and hopefully disintegrate it. So, do I roll a d20 for that?
Nope, I do a con save, which I got a 14. I don't know what your DC is. Either 14 or 15, probably.
Hang on 1 second, sorry. I can't find my DC. What the?
No, it would be 8 plus your proficiency mod plus your intellect mod.
So 8 plus intellect, which would be 3, so 10 or 11, and then plus what?
Plus proficiency, which is 2.
2.
So 12, 13. So it's beat it by 1 point.
Damn it.
Does it do half damage or anything?
Yeah, I did say half damage.
Okay. So go ahead and roll that, and I'll mark that on.
So, sorry, I'm just reading this here. Yeah, con save for half damage. Alright, so I think that's a 1d12.
Yep.
8, so 4.
Gotcha. And with that, the wasp is up. It still has a hold of you, Malachi, so it's going to try to sting you, but it's going to try and drag you with it as well.
Fuck off.
Tail end is 15 plus 1, 16 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Plus 1d6 plus 4, so 4 points of damage.
That'll knock me out.
And it's going to start
But I'm
flying.
going to use Hellish Rebuke for my second spell slot before I pass out, and I'm going to fucking fuck this thing up. Ugh. As I get up for my dice again, has 2d12. What was that? There's an 8. And there's a 1, so 9 points of damage.
Just before you pass out, this flames wash over top of this creature. You can feel yourself lifted up, and that nagging thought and Quinn's voice in the back of your head telling you that these things are immune to fire.
That's all I got.
So yes, once again, you guys will see Malachi lifted off the ground and buzzing towards this hive. Skin blobs, there's 4 of them that are shuffling their way towards you guys, but they're 30 feet out still. Malachi, your turn. I need a death save, please.
I think you're enjoying this.
You need to quit dropping unconscious.
I know, that's a 7. That's like the 5th time. Fuck.
Take a death tick.
I will.
And Krieg, you are up. Malachi's 30 feet just buzzing. He needs only 30 feet more to reach the hive. I'm bound to turn to get one of you there.
Man, this is probably the worst idea ever. I want to throw the club to try and, in the attempt to just try and ping a leg or something or get it to drop Malachi. But I want to be kind of underneath to try and break his fall or catch him.
Okay.
I will burn my action surge if I have to.
Range attack to hit.
Yep. No so bueno. That's only a +1. Oh, not bad. 15.
That'll hit.
14 for the roll. +1.
I'll say normal, whatever your club attack is, 1d6 or whatever it is.
It's just a d4, but plus my strength. So 5 damage total.
5. And I'll give it a strength save to see if it holds on to Malachi. And it will with an 18. So, yeah, you'll knock this thing kind of crooked. It'll buzz around for a second as it sort of goes lopsided. Again, starts buzzing backwards a little bit, starts lifting him up towards the hive. Not quite knocking him loose.
Shit. All right, action surge. I'm going to use that for the extra action. I'm going to chuck my shield.
All right.
Going Captain America. Try and chuck the shield to hit it.
Yeah, it's fairly close, so I won't put disadvantage on that. You can fling it like a frisbee.
Okay, that gives me total 14.
That'll hit.
Yes.
Do it as a club 1d4 plus.
Club damage? Okay.
Yeah.
That I actually care about going back for. Oh, nice. That's for, sorry, not 9. I'm not adding 5. 4 plus 3 is only 7. But 7.
That will be enough as you crack it a second time. Your shield digging into it, so kind of splitting this thing almost in half, and Malachi falling. I'm going to say...
Try to catch him, or at least break the fall.
Agility or
This is
strength.
my first time falling.
All right. Dex,
I'm going to go with...
Athletics?
Yeah, athletics. Yeah, that'll work.
Nice. That's kind of beneficial. It's very high, and I have advantage. Oh my god, 13. Thank God for advantage. One of those, I rolled an 8 and a 1.
13 total.
But 13 is the total.
That'll be good. This is Malachi will come crashing down into your hands, kind of knocking you both to the ground. Over to the side, next to Mithra and Quinn, you can hear this old man sitting cross-legged on the ground, writing his book. And thus the hero caught the falling, one-eyed man. It was a glorious battle, but more skin blobs were yet to come. And Quinn did it, so Malachi, give me a 1d20 roll.
6.
You watch as these flames behind you overtake most of the stables. You can hear the crying and the whinnying of the horses as flames just erupt all around them, continuing to move their way across towards the cottage and the tavern, Fabled Fawn Inn. Up first is Krieg. Give me a 1d20 roll.
Oh boy. D20. Shit. 18. I hope this is it good to roll high on this one?
It is not. Now, 78% of the place erupts in flames, washes over top of these two horses. Their whinnying, their screaming can be heard between the flames, the bursts of smoke, and then they're just quiet. You can hear the sizzling and the popping of their fat in the flames as it washes across up to the rooftop of this Fabled Fawn Tavern. The skin blobs themselves start to move away from this building, all shuffling away. 4 of them in your direction, though. Krieg, you would have caught Malachi as you stand there watching these 2 horses that you needed burned alive.
Fuck. I'm going to pour this last healing potion into down Malachi's throat.
Thank you, man.
Up, you heavy bastard. If I can, I'm going to grab my shield and then turn around and start running back the other way, kind of grab Malachi, I guess not really by the collar, he's too tall when he's standing, by the belt.
Roll the 4 for health.
Yeah,
5.
+1. Yeah, +1. So yeah, kind of grab him by the belt. Gotta get running right now. This whole place is fucked.
Man, I don't know if I can run. My body feels broken.
Then get on.
Fuck that. I'll run.
Are you just
That's
running?
what I thought.
Running back to the others?
Is there any wasp
Yeah.
left?
There are no more. Well, there's one carrying away a dead horse, but that is it. It's not bothered with you. There's just 4 skin blobs that are shuffling towards you.
And the tavern is completely no longer being impeded by anybody?
Nope, they're moving away from the flames, almost sort of just watching it. So there's 5 of them that are out and around it watching the flames start to burn down on this cottage. 4 of them are headed towards your direction, though. And Mithra, you are up. It looks like your horses are gone. Most of the place is in flames. You can hear the screams of people inside, but given how fast this fire is spreading, it doesn't look promising. These skin blob things that are moving towards you move quite slow, so they're not coming at you fast, but they've noticed you and are shuffling in your direction. See Malachi and Krieg running towards you, Quinn beside you. This old man sitting on the ground cross-legged, writing in his notebook as he chronicles it all. Oops, you're muted.
Sorry, so they are noticing me and coming my way, and they're not looking too friendly?
Not friendly at all. They're all shuffling in your direction, yep. Well, 4 of them, but in all of your directions.
I'm gonna yell out to everyone else, like, hey, look, we've got more company, and how far away are they from me?
30 feet. But they move slow, but...
Okay, I'm gonna, and they look kind of like, what are they?
You've seen them before. They're the same things that was in the prison. They just look like deformed blobs of tumorous skin, humanoid sort of.
Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna aim firebolts at them.
Roll 2 hits.
Sorry, D20 plus my spell mod?
Yep.
So that's a unnatural 20.
That will hit.
And 1 D10 fire damage.
Yep.
Eight.
This blast of flame will slam into this glob of skin and tumorous growth and blast across it. It doesn't leave any single mark on it as it continues to shuffle towards you.
Another one that's immune to fire, guys.
Quinn, you are up. It's got these 4 that are coming towards you. They're not moving very fast, but beyond that.
5 at the tavern watching.
Yep, watching as it starts to burn down.
All right. Quinn's going to make some quick mathematical calculations here with her high intelligence and say, if we can get the 5 off the tavern, we should be able to keep the distance while somebody else runs in and maybe has a chance to save them from the fire. And then I'm going to like skirt around the 4 if I can with my 30 feet of movement and send a blast into the 5 with a ray of frost.
Yeah.
And try to pull their attention. No one get close to these things. We should be able to keep our distance. How far away, if I move 30 feet, can I keep all the closest skin blob away from me?
Yeah, so their movement's technically only 15, so they're quite slow. They're half of what your speed is. So as long as you keep moving around, then yes, you could.
Yeah. So then as long as I know, just like observing the field, that they can't get on me, then I'm going to Ray of Frost and spend my inspiration, because now it's not the time.
Don't spend your inspiration, because it's an automatic hit on these things. They're just minions, so.
Oh, okay. So then Cold Blast for, I'm assuming, double damage?
And that will kill them, yeah. Because they have, are weak against cold.
Hey, over here, you fat globs of shit.
See, one is this ice just coats over top of it. The whole thing will just kind of break and shatter a bit to pieces. It starts to shovel towards you, splattering across the ground. It is one of those. And you're doing one of the ones next to the tavern, right?
Whoever's the least dead, go for the fucking tavern.
Sweet. All right. And up first, Mithra. You can see one of these things go down under Quinn's Cold Blast. If you wanted to take a double action, you think you could get around these things at least to the doorway of the tavern, or if you wanted to try and hit one of these things, you could. Well, there's no immediate threat around you besides the fire, but you muted again.
I'm going to try and get to the doorway of the tavern.
Yeah. If you want to take a double, basically a dash action, you can get all the way around them and to the door.
Okay.
So you guys will see Mithra. She takes off following Quid's recommendation. Krieg, then you are up.
Oh, man. Yeah, so Quinn's kind of drawing the thing's attention.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to dart in there with Mithra. If I can, kind of put a boot through the door. Kick the thing open as I run up.
So double action or dash action as well?
Yeah.
All right. So you come around as he comes up beside you, Mithra, and buries his boot into the door. You can see it fling open. Inside, you see 7 people. 2 of them are older humans. Excuse me. There's a couple of dwarves, and then the rest are halflings. 2 dwarves, 3 halflings, 2 humans. Everybody's kind of huddled onto the side. You see 4 body of these skin blob things scattered around them. And then as you look in, you can see the bar on the far side. Right behind the bar, you see a figure stand up. He has full plate mail, completely head to toe. On his chest, you see what looks to be a fist wrapped in flames emblazoned on there, like some sort of insignia or something. This sort of turns, it has the visor down so you can't see, just completely regaled in this. And he turns around, starts walking around the side of the bar, and he's covered in a bit of gore here and there, but he's walking towards the door. Inside, the people are all just kind of huddled together.
Are you daft? The fucking place is burning. Get running now.
And you will see the people as they get up and start getting ready to get out of there, at least through the doorway where you're at. The doorway on the far side has been barred. You can see all the furniture and stuff has been moved up against the door. So they're going to be heading towards where you are. Malachi, you are up.
Malachi is hurting, 1 drop, 2 drops, but 1 get caught. That was nice, thank you. But his face hurts, his head hurts, his body hurts, bones hurt. Not happy. Looking at a couple of things, the slime crawling around on the ground, kind of annoying him, but I'm just gonna nonchalantly try to pick one off with Eldritch Blast as I try not to cry.
Yeah, and you will be able to just blast into one of these and take it out. You want to do it towards one of the 4 coming towards you, or one of the 5 around the tavern, or one of the 4 now?
Let's do one of the 4 coming at me.
All right, so you still see 3 as they shuffle on their way towards you. Are you staying where you're at or doing any move action?
I'll make sure that I'm out of range of their, even a dash movement of theirs.
As you continue to stay out of reach of those things as they shuffle about. The fire is up. Let's see, it would be Mithra's turn to give me a 1d20 roll. Come on, nat 20.
I wish. Ooh, a natural 18.
Let's see. Besides you can feel these flames. It gets hotter and hotter, Mithra, Krieg. You look up, you see the back side of the building cave in. The flames just rush across the floor when all these embers fall down. 3 of the people are going to be crushed under one of these support beams. These 2 older couple are running towards you. The side of the building just caves in. As 96% of this place is on fire. You guys are standing in the doorway. Quinn, you are up. As you see Krieg and Mithra just step into the doorway, and this whole building is just rolling with flames.
Gonna yell out, "Hurry, it's coming down!" And then Ray of Frost, a hit and a death.
Sweet. Are you taking out one next to the tavern or one coming towards you?
Now that they're no longer paying attention to them, I'm just gonna keep them off me, I guess.
All right. And again, skin blobs. You guys keep moving.
So I'm like kiting them around.
Sweet. In that case, the ones out there are just going to keep skirting towards you, trying to get to those of you moving around. The 4 near the tavern will start shuffling up behind Krieg and Mithra as they start coming towards this opening that you put into the wall and this doorway. And up first is the fire. Quinn, give me a 1d20 roll. You probably want a 4 or less.
How about a 19? Will that do?
You will watch as these flames, Krieg and Mithra. I need dexterity saving throws as this whole building just comes down in a wash of flame and embers.
Got a 12.
13 plus 2, so 15.
All right, so Krieg, you're going to take full damage. Mithra only half.
Oh, shit.
I need a d6.
Roll
Wait.
up.
Never mind. I'm fucking.
17 points of damage, halved for 8 Mithra and 17 Krieg. You can see part of the wall starts to cave in. This huge beam overhead swings loose. Does that put you down, Krieg?
Yep, I'm down. I'm
Is
in
that-
negative 12.
Are you still up, Mithra?
Yeah, I have 7 HP.
Okay. You're going to see this huge support beam just come down, crashing on top of Creed, burying him under the flames, the whole thing rolling as he quickly drops unconscious once again. These 2 old people also were just going to be slammed underneath this thing. And everybody is awash. You guys will see Malachi and Quinn in the distance. Everybody just go under. No sign of Mithra, Krieg, or anybody else. The screams are all cut short as this blast of flame, black smoke starts rolling out from the fire. We will end initiative there because it's actually going to take out the couple of little squishy things that are outside around it, and I'm assuming you're just going to pick off the ones that are still left. So as you take out these last couple of skin blob things that are shuffling about in the yard, the rest lost beneath the buildings collapsing, you can't hear or see anything from within, just the other screams and then silence as more and more flames crackle and burn. Malachi and Quinn, what do you do?
I'm going straight for the beam on Krieg. And at this point, I mean, my body's taking such a beating, it doesn't even matter. I'll look to Quinn to see if she can chill off the area. I'm going to try to lift, but if she can't, I'm still going to take the burn and get this beam off of Krieg.
Let's go there first. I'm going to see how badly in shape he is and say, you've done enough. We can't afford for you to go down. Let me do it. I'm fine.
Yeah, bullshit.
And then I'll perception check to see if I see them.
Yeah, so as you run over, actually, yeah, give me the perception roll first.
Okay. Oh my god. 8.
8. As you come in, this black smoke is just rolling out from these flames that are licking. As you get close, the heat is almost unbearable. You can see Krieg, at least part of his legs, maybe one of his arms or something, sticking out under this huge support beam. Mithra is there, looks quite badly injured as she shuffles forward a little bit in between the smoke. And then you're gonna, let's see, a 14 hits you, Quinn.
Yep.
You'll see those Mithra, she starts to come out a little bit, and then this blast of pain in your side as you feel a blade slip between your ribs for 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points of damage, Quinn. Just to the side, Malachi, you'll notice this man, full dressed in armor, come out of the flames, the wreckage. Looks badly injured. He sort of crawls forward, and just with the blade of his hilt, lunges forward, burying it right in between Quinn's ribs as he falls face first into the dirt.
What? I heard that, but what? Okay. We're on initiative, right?
Nope.
I'm running at him.
He is on the ground. As you get over there, you can see as you roll him over, his entire body is almost just melted right to the metal of his armor and stuff. He is completely dead. Krieg,
sword.
Krieg, give me a death save.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's just target's 10, right?
Yep.
Oh shit, 10 or better, or does it have to be higher than 10? I rolled a 10 exactly. Is it meet or beat, or?
I don't actually remember. Do you know what it is? Is it meet or beat, Chris?
It's meat.
Meet. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I rolled 10 on the spot.
All right. So you were good for the moment. Are you still up, Quinn?
Yeah, just barely.
All right. So yeah, you guys are out of initiative. So what do? You see Krieg just laying under this thing, the fire burning across him. Mithra, you can take action as well as you stumble out of the flames. This man that came out though in this armor, he's just completely charred. It looked like his moment of death throw or whatever it was he was doing just to get to Quinn.
Are you okay, sis?
No, that cocksucker almost took me down. Fuck. And I'll cough out some blood.
We gotta get over to Krieg.
I will no longer with confidence of health say I will try to cool down the area. And can I make an Arcana check to see if I think a Ray of Frost or a Frostbite would be more effective at fighting fire?
Whatever one's better. You know that it would certainly help, but it kind of depends on what does Malachi or Mithra plan to do if you cool down the flames.
I will definitely, either with the flames cool down or not, I will try to push the beam, or you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go from underneath, and I'm going to use my Eldritch Blast, and I'm going to hit the beam. And with that, I'm going to use the 10-foot blowback force to blow the beam off of Krieg.
And can I just say, can we use the fucking epic inspiration rules to spend 2 fucking inspiration points just to succeed at something? Me and Mithra both have inspiration. Can we just fucking spend those 2 points and be done with this?
If Mithra is willing to spend hers as well.
Otherwise, the rolls will fuck us.
Sure, I'm down.
All right.
Both of you spend your inspiration, then go ahead and describe what you do, Malachi. That's an auto success.
Basically, just to avoid the fire, but to get this beam off of Krieg, Malachi in his disabled state will hit the ground in a barrel roll, and when his back is against the ground and his arm is pointed up, quickly rolling around the fire, he's going to blast with the 5-pointed star of the beam. As the Eldritch Blast hits the beam, it blows off of Krieg. I'm going to grab Krieg the best possible way that I can and try to drag him or pull him over to get him out from when the beam hits the ground again.
Nice.
Medicine check, medicine check, medicine check.
I'm too fucked up to really do anything else.
Mithra, I suck ass at medicine checks.
I will do a medicine check. 18 plus
Oh, geez, yeah.
2, so unnatural 20.
You would be stabilized for the moment, Krieg. You can roll on 1d4 and see how many hours you're out unless you somehow get up before that.
Right. Oh, gonna be 2 hours.
All right. So he's breathing and up for the moment as you guys kind of drag your ways away from these flames. Up on the hillside, you can hear this yelling. Look up and you can see Wellum Gordrick jumping up and down, waving their hands as they sort of look down at all of this that's going on. This old man still sits Indian style, writing in his book every now and looking up, and positioning his hands and mumbling to himself as he continues to chronicle the story of his dwarven hero.
Shoot out a couple last ray of frost to kill any remainder skin blobs, and then just collapse in exhaustion enough distance away from the fire, and then fucking mumble under all my breath that all that was for nothing because I'm pretty sure we didn't save anyone.
No, everybody is dead, and the horses too.
Mission fucking success, guys. I say.
Get us to
barely
run.
fucking move. Oh.
This old man will pick himself up and start shuffling over, holding his rags of clothes, and take a seat. Hey, that was a hell of a fight. A hell of a fight you did there, lads. Don't mind me, I'm simply chronicling the stories of my hero, the Krieg of the Mountains. Don't actually know that was his name. I have right here. Don't mind me.
You?
And he'll look around. And this one-eyed man, he spoke to as if he saw somebody. I don't know who he's speaking to.
Oh, you're gonna annoy me.
Yeah, let's take like a quick... What time is it anyway? Yeah, let's take like a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll pound out the last half hour.
Yeah. That was mentally and physically exhausting.
Right? One fight burned every ability I have available.
Yep.
And every building that was around.
And every building.
Yeah.
And every body.
At least we
And
got
every
some
heal pot.
XP, guys. At least we got some XP.
I don't know if I did. I kept dying. Like, Jesus.
Right?
My goal was to get somebody glued to the hive, and I wasn't able to.
Morgan just like, fuck it, I didn't prep tonight. Let's just TPK.
Aim right at us. Jesus.
Right.
All right, give me a second.
Yep, be right back.
Hey.
I feel kind of bad knocking you out of every fight over and over and over.
I gotta get stronger at some point, I swear. It has to happen. Maybe in hell I'll find some kind of flesh armor I can wear. Maybe I'll just keep stealing people's flesh and then...
Just keep stitching it to yourself. Goes from leather armor to plate mail flesh.
That'd be fucking disturbingly awesome.
It was in the old editions of D&D, different like flesh to stone and flesh to steel spells and stuff like that. So you could put people in, just get a bunch of it and start turning it into steel.
Oh, jeez. That would smell. Well, I don't know. Steel it wouldn't smell, but in its leather form, that would stink.
No worse than a dwarf.
Sure.
Oh, I forgot what it's like to play in a Morgan Grover game. Fear for your life every second.
Yeah.
Right?
Fuck.
That was a brutal fight.
And all for naught because you didn't save anybody.
Yeah, that's the cherry on top.
Right? Hey, I tried to run. Like, fuck these people. It's lost already.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, at first I thought it was just like little tiny wasp demons. I didn't realize that they were going to take like 20 damage to kill each one.
Yeah, 16 hit points each. They're actually a type of demon.
Damn.
They're actually fairly smart, too.
Damn.
That's why they were worried about killing you and dragging you off and not just moving on.
Well, at least we foiled his fucking plan to put us in the flesh hive. That's a success that we got to take for ourselves.
Took a lot of KOs to fight against that.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I don't want to count those.
I don't even want to know what would have happened if we got in there.
You guys should totally climb up there and see what's inside.
Oh, I'm sure there's a lot of townspeople there. I'm sure they're like the foundation walls of that hive. They're probably covered and hollowed out, rib cages being used to lay young.
Yeah. That pretty much describes it.
Oh, seriously? That's awesome. That's awesome.
From the outside of it, it's just modeled together flesh and people with this hard vomit stuff, this lava stone that they vomit up. Piecing them all together, all into this tree. All right.
Yeah. Part of me is, out of character, of course, wondering how easily a dwarf can squeeze into a human-sized breastplate. I mean, I doubt anybody would. I'm at least guessing that guy was probably a paladin. We're in a holy city. He's got like isn't that like the symbol of Torm, the fist?
It would be
Fist, no?
recognizable.
Yeah.
Flaming Fist or
nobody
Torm?
Oh, well, assuming... actually, yeah, everybody's from Baldur's Gate. So you guys would recognize it as the Mercenary Guild, the Flaming Fist, which often kind of acts as the guards men, sort of Baldur's Gate. They're a mercenary group, but they're hired on as the guards for Baldur's Gate. Can't say that they're great people, but they do their job.
That's a little more believable. I think as a paladin, people would see Krieg and be like, "Yeah, no, probably not." But mercenary company, yeah, I could fake that. I mean, I'm totally unconscious and not about to strip a body.
Beautiful.
I don't even think the dimensions would fit right anyway.
It'd be a little awkward, but is everybody back? Waiting for Mithra.
We got a smithy friend to fucking modify it for you anyways.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Unless he stole one of those fucking wagons and then I have to gut him. I warned him 3 times.
They totally said they weren't going to do that.
Yeah, I just don't trust them. Cowards. Well, there were 2 there, so hopefully they didn't take both of them.
Yeah, what are we gonna
Although
bring
we
the
don't
wagons
have
with
any
though?
horses.
Our dead horses.
Yeah,
You need to
pull
get
one.
some necromancy animation spells.
Yeah.
Krieg could pull one when he's up. I mean, I got a 16 strength, so I think I'm all right for moving it at least somewhat. 17 con, so I could do it for a while. That's like his strengths. His strength is his strength.
Not me. Yeah, I'll take the.
Man, I should have made a cleric.
Yeah. Maybe there's something left to loot in this city.
Really
Maybe-
thinking I should have gone to cleric.
Oh yeah. Thinking we all should have just went clerics.
And we got the party of what, 2 mages and
Oh fucking
Warlock.
warlock. Probably like 30 HP combined between the 3 of us.
I doubt it, man. That's really high.
Right? Yeah, when I'm fully healed, I'm sitting on 22.
I'm not
That's-
bad. I'm 18.
I think the most HP I've had left after Morgan's hit me with the character is 2 HP.
I haven't gone above 5 in a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. Back in them younger days.
All right.
Alright. Mithra can jump back in when she gets here. Because you guys are basically just outside this building. This massive bonfire.
I'm back
pushing
now.
pushing smoke into the air and wafting around you. Dead bodies pretty much everywhere. Even still, there's a few wasps here and there that buzz about, dragging what bodies they can find up to the hive. You guys are kind of away from the hive now, so they're not bothering you directly, but you can see there's a few more sticking their heads out of the holes here and there, buzzing about as they continue to make their nest. What do you guys do? Up on the hill, you can see both Wellum and Gordrick waving their hands and kind of getting your attention, and they turn around and run back towards where they came from, like back towards the smith shop direction.
Yeah, we're doing a tactical retreat for sure.
I'll be dragging very slowly Mad Krieg because my strength is very low. So, and I'm broken. I'm a broken guy.
See what Wellen and Gordrick have to say for themselves.
As you guys gather your things and start moving around this huge fire, staying out of the range of these wasp-like demon creatures, devil creatures, rather. And back up the road. Behind you, you can hear the shuffling of this old man. And thus the crew, they went up the path, leading and dragging the old Mad Krieg. Behind him, Malachi, the one-eyed warlock, who truly needs an eye patch. I watch him as he shuffles along. In the distance, the fire burns and the sky grows dark.
Fuck you, old man.
He will continue to walk behind all of you, writing down everything and mumbling to himself. Up on the main road, you can see Wellum Gordricker sitting on a couple of stumps, one kind of cleaning his nails with his dagger and sipping from this mug of ale. So, I had to go back. I got a bit thirsty, you know, them bastards, they stole my ale. I had to get a bit of a drink. You look like you need a drink. What happened to your friend? Look at that dwarf who's lying on the ground. Who's this old man? Ah, this is Billiam. I didn't know you met Billiam. He's an excellent bard. Chronicles the stories of the people.
Yeah, that's real great and all. We're gonna need some time to rest.
Yeah, we just need a bed, man.
Rest? What kind of rest do you need? We don't have time for rest. Why, look down there. The things are already mobilizing. As he waves his hand, you can all look back and you see maybe 100, if not more, groups of all these little fiends crawling up and out of the pits of where the city was. Some of them flying. Some of them look like these tall humanoids with tentacles just growing off of their faces. We see other ones that look like these huge bone monstrosities with wings and stinger tails. And other things, they're miles out, give you, but you can see them crawling up out of the city pit itself and starting to sort of spread across the land.
All right, I guess we'll rest when we're dead. Fucking, let's get that wagon. Krieg in the wagon.
We
The rest of us
still
will
care
pull it.
about the wagon?
I mean,
We need something, and
We
we're
need
uphill,
something.
so let's go.
We're fucked.
we should be able to keep ahead of them as long as we keep an exhaustive pace. We'll make Wellum and Gordrick fucking pull the cart since they seem to do nothing so far besides drink fucking keg ale and sit on their asses.
So we're perfectly fine. I made all these tools myself by hand. We worked all day. My feet hurt. Look at these calluses I got on my hands. You can't expect a man like me to be running
I'm gonna
about
try to
swapping into
intimidate them.
bugs.
I'm gonna try to
Go for it.
intimidate them. It's 15.
What do you do to intimidate him? You muted.
I say to them as magic kind of tears from my fingertips, this icy cold remnants and a blue glow to my eyes, that unless they want to be frozen solid to the ground as these demons come to pillage the rest of what sad sacks of shit live in this city, you're going to gather your fucking supplies, you're going to put Mad Krieg in the goddamn wagon, and you're going to fucking pull him.
Say, you don't have to get testy, young lady.
Not even Testy yet. You haven't even fucking seen Testy.
You have not even seen her, Testy. This is uppity.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there like, this is normal.
So it'll be fine. We'll get the wagon, go down to my brother's place, get his horse, and we can get the hell out of here.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Bring the fucking keg too. I'm thirsty.
He will lead you guys back to these two wagons. Krieg was able to get one of them loose. You can see the post is all tore up and battered. The chain finally loosened up. Why don't you go ahead and load the stuff up, and I'll go see if I can get my brother's horse.
Yeah, I'll load this shit up. If there's any extra time, I would like to make a investigation check and see if I can find anything worth looting, so that this all was not for just a wagon.
He waves, "Gone, Gordrick. Let's go get his horse." The two of them will start going back down the road.
Sorry, I was muted. I also want to see if I can loot the place and find something of value. I don't mind splitting with Quinn, but
well, let's see. Krieg took the healing potions. There is a couple antitoxins or potions from to cure poison.
Okay, we can each take one then, right, Quinn?
Yeah.
The till has 14 gold and 12 silver.
Okay, we can split that. 7 and 6.
And beyond that, it's just basic breads and basic supplies, like you would get out of the handbook, but just regular basic supplies.
If they're gone for a couple minutes or so, I would maybe go next door and see if there's anything left in any other houses.
Yeah, start to poke around. Most of the houses are pretty ransacked. You can find some regular odds and ends. I don't know if there's anything particular you're looking for, but they're all just basic peasants.
Just refill my component pouch. I don't really know what that means, but if I have any spells that doesn't have anything in particular, I'll refill on that. Maybe some scrolls for writing, some ink, some quills for writing spells that hopefully
I'm gonna be following along with Quinn doing the same, because I feel like these are all good things for me to be doing right now.
Kind of getting everything around. You can see.
Sorry, can I ask a question? How much gold did we all start off with in the beginning?
None, since you were in prison.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
You can see Wellham and Gordrick in the distance go around the back side of a house as you guys poke around, get what you can. 5 minutes pass, 10 minutes. By the time you get everything, you're sitting around waiting, you realize they haven't come back.
Perfect. Should have seen that coming. All right. This is great. This is fucking great. I swear to God, if I see those cocksuckers again.
Nice job.
Glance around Malachi. You can see the sun is pretty low on the eastern horizon, or western horizon. Rises in the east since the west. But yeah, western horizon. Not looking too grim. We figure maybe you have about 2 hours or so left of light. This clouds overhead begin to gather up a little bit. It's hard to tell what's smoke and what's cloud till a few raindrops patter down around you. It starts to have a slow drizzle.
We need to get down this hill, man.
Need to get down what, sorry?
We need to get down to the other town. The other village.
Baldur's Gate, or?
I just thought we were on the top.
Yeah, you're on the top, though. Down below would be just the caravan, those 30 refugees and such.
Yeah, back to the caravan. Yeah, I agree. But if we get caught in this circumstance, then we're dead. If we stay, we're dead.
Just hop in the cart and push.
We're dead. We're just fucking dead is the way I see it. So it doesn't really matter. How do you want to fucking die? Slightly less enjoyable? More enjoyable? I don't even care anymore. I swear to God. If I die, I just want to kill those fucking Wellham and Gordrick, and I'll die happy. That's all I need at this point in my life.
Just get in the fucking cart.
Ah, yes, I lad, this girl, she's always such a pessimist, always negative talking. At some point, somebody's going to have to wake up the dwarf. This old man sits on the back of the wagon, riding away.
I'm gonna like spin around with like magic blaring in my tips. Someone's gonna have to like hold me back not to blast him.
Come on. Hop in.
I'll help you push.
We're all getting in, and we're gonna ride the cart down the hill to the caravan.
It's pretty much a straight shot for the most part.
Does it even reasonably look like a smooth straight shot?
Oh, no. It's pretty stupid and craggy, but...
No, that's a terrible fucking idea.
I mean...
We're all like a combined 5 HP. All right.
You want to go slow?
We got a sack of food. We got, what do you want me to say? Like fucking a D4 worth of paper, Morgan?
Basically.
All right, perfect. This is great. What a mighty quest we were on.
You got all the Smith stuff, but it's still back in the temple basement.
No gold for us, no riches.
Is the temple nearby? Because I might as well grab the Smith stuff, I guess.
It's down at the other end of the road, about a half a mile down, but it's you can't carry it, so you have to bring it back and forth and back and forth.
All right, fuck it. Break off the wheels. Let's unfashion the wheels of the wagon, and maybe we can strip it for parts. Working parts. I don't know. That's all I got.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
You mean take all the parts off that wagon and put them on this wagon so we can take this wagon down the hill, right?
No, because if we take the wagon down the hill, it'll crash and break, and then we'll just have a 5th broken wagon. Whereas if we take some of the parts from this wagon, maybe we can repair a
If you
wagon.
want to take a wagon that works and disassemble it and carry it down a fucking hill on our backs
No, just the parts, jackass.
with a guy that's unconscious before all those beasts come out of that hole.
All right, sure. Let's fucking take the wagon down the hill. It sounds like a great plan.
I'm not saying we gotta go mock speed. We can try to
Siblings,
push
eh?
it back so that it goes slow down the hill. Take the cart past so that it's not on a direct angle, like maybe set up some brakes or something. I don't know.
I'll throw up my hands in the air like all sarcastic, like yeah, let's do it. Fuck it.
And the two of them squabbled like wife and husband, sister and a brother. The fires raging in their breasts.
Ray of Frost at his fucking book.
See this thing completely frost over. Like, hi, you're not supposed to even recognize I'm here. Dig around, pulling another book out of his satchel and start writing.
I'll like go up to his other book and freeze it and say, turns out I'm breaking the fucking 4th wall.
What are you doing? I'm trying to chronicle the lives of my heroes. Says, who are you anyway? Never give me your name. Your true name.
Gonna chronicle the short existence of your life if you don't fuck off.
Just pretend I'm not here then. Pretend I'm not here.
All right,
hold up his hands and sort of frame them around your face. You have to smile at least.
I'm gonna shove him over the wagon and then say, all right, let's go.
Hit the ground hard and lay there just watching. She wasn't even supposed to know I was here.
Well, we gotta do something.
I'll grab an end of the wagon and start pulling.
Maybe we should just make sure it doesn't roll down the hill too fast.
Oh yeah, fucking sure. We'll fucking ease it down real nice.
All right, whatever. Fuck.
Me and my combined.
I don't really care
9
what you do.
strength.
You know what? Just make sure it doesn't fucking run you over on the way down.
All right, that's a great plan. I imagine we just go back and forth. It's like he's on one end of the wagon and I'm on the other.
Are you both pulling or pushing the wagon, or?
Probably one at a time, doing one at a time.
I'll like mumble over to Mithra, watch, the second we get to that fucking hill, this thing's going to go barreling over and break. But it's great. It's a great plan.
Yeah, as far as the main little outer village itself, it's fairly flat up on the top of the hill, so you can pull it over to wherever you kind of need it. But the fact that when you get to the hillside or start to go down, you can it's definitely not going to be, guys don't have the strength to really
Quinn,
stop
trust
this
me.
thing when it gets going.
Quinn, trust me, I'm on your side, girl, but like, you guys gotta stop arguing. This is ridiculous. Hilarious, but ridiculous. We gotta figure out a real plan. Whether it works or not, we have to try something. Malachi is stubborn as all fuck. No offense, Malachi.
I'm just gonna let go of the trailer. Like, we're fine. If we're on the edge of the hill, that means Quinn's holding it by herself, so I'm imagining it's going over.
Let's just pretend you guys love each other for like 5 minutes and we can figure this out together.
You're a very negative person, Mithra.
Yeah, Mithra, why are you being so negative right now? Like, we're trying to solve the problems here, and you're just attacking us like this.
I'm not hearing you bringing up with any solutions,
Well, you're not really coming up with a solution. You're kind of just yelling at each other.
Is the wagon like now rolling down the hill?
It would slowly start to go, unless you plan on stopping it or letting it go. Or
Wait, isn't Krieg still in that?
yeah, so I'm just gonna say Krieg is in the back of it.
I'll say shit, and yell at Malachi to grab it.
Yeah, sure. Me grab it. Do all the work around here.
Just
Oh,
do
shit.
it.
Oh, shit. And then I will, with my 9 strength, try to grab onto the wagon.
Go ahead and give me a strength check, Malachi.
I'm assisting him with my 9 strength.
All right, give yourself advantage, Malachi.
Oh, that's a 14 minus 1 is a 13. Plus. Or, that's a 16 minus 1 is a 15. So 15.
Yeah, you're able to balance it. It's right on that cusp. If Mad Krieg happened to roll over and let out a snore, it would go over.
Mithra, we can't hold much longer. Get Krieg out.
Okay, well, this thing isn't moving that fast, is it?
They're holding
Not
it for the
right now.
moment.
Okay.
We're just too weak to do anything about it.
Is he, like, unconscious?
In the back of it, yeah.
Yeah, he's passed out.
Can I use Mage Hand to grab him? Oh, it's objects less than 10 pounds. Can I use Mage Hand to just, like, even just pull him out, even if he gets hurt? Just, like, yank him out of the wagon? Because I'm assuming, like, unless I can just run up to him and yank him out myself.
Nope, you'd have to climb up there since he's, like, in the wagon. So, I mean, you have to reach up and kind of grab him if you're going to pull him out. But Mage Hand isn't going to do. Because that's just good for small objects.
Then I'll just try and... I'll just go up there myself and try to get him. Just jump myself.
Alright.
Can I do an athletics check, or just see if
I was going to say, you guys can see Mithra as she reaches up, grabbing a hold of Krieg as this thing's just on that precipice, getting ready to go over. Go ahead and give me an athletics check, Mithra.
Okay. Let's get to the right page first. Ooh, my athletics isn't great, so we'll see how this goes. Oh shit, 17 plus 1. That's not that bad.
Yeah, reach up, grab a hold of Krieg. You can see this thing's tipping Malachi, Quinn. It's either let go now or go with it. What do you guys do?
Let
You
go.
see Mithra grab a hold of Krieg and start to yank him back.
Good luck.
Yep.
So Mithra, you can grab a hold of him, just kind of grabbing him and pulling him back as this cart goes over the side and starts rolling down the hill. Slow at first, bouncing a few times, hits a few rocks, getting quicker and quicker as it just rolls down the side of this hill.
But I can get him out of there now, right?
Yeah.
I'll like mumble to my breast, hey, maybe it'll just roll to the fucking refugees.
Wouldn't that be great if we were inside it?
This thing bounces off rocks, tumbling to the side. You see a wheel go flying in one direction. The front end smashes into the ground, sends a splinter of wood, dirt, rubble as it continues just to careen down the side.
Huh.
Yeah, it looks great.
Food, bread, dried cheeses, and fruit scattering everywhere across the road.
Oh, fuck, our food.
Look at that,
Medicine kits, and whatever else Krieg gathered for supplies,
I don't even remember packing those, I say.
Didn't expect that to happen.
littering the road, making quite a ruckus as it slams and bangs down the side, eventually crashing.
Wow.
Well, that was something.
Yeah. Some, yeah.
I'm gonna pull out a smoke and light it.
Same. What the hell do we do now?
Well, I think we should go check out Green.
And I'm gonna start smoking a marijuana cigarette, or maybe a little bit of tobacco as well, a little mixture. They're my special cigarettes.
Smell that. Smell of smoke. Maybe a little bit of skunk in the air, Krieg, as you start to come to. You can hear the distance rattling of the wheels, the crashing of the wagon. Propped up on a tree, watching Quinn, Mithra smoke their tobacco. Malachi standing there. Yeah, we could say it's been a while enough that you start to wake up, Krieg. As you guys are all on top of this hill.
I want to short rest, sorry.
Yeah, go for it. Sun's sort of hanging on the horizon.
Oh, my head. You guys hear that? I smell burnt hair.
Don't worry, buddy. You were pretty rough for a while there, but we got you.
Did we get the wagon?
Kinda.
Excellent.
Yeah. Maybe not. Excellent. Maybe just mediocrely okay.
We do need to get moving, though, not to kibosh your rest here, but there is a pit where a city used to be where hundreds, if not more, demons and whatnot are climbing out of and heading in our direction. So, like, you take your time, you rest up. I don't want you to push yourself, but just impending death and torture is heading our way as every second passes.
Well, that's a surprisingly good motivator. I think I'm ready to walk.
You really do know how to raise the room, Seth. Great. Fuck.
Kind of look down the road. Oh, well, that's pretty shit right there.
It's been a long fucking day.
Aye.
There's
There's a second wagon.
Just shaking my head.
Yeah, you can see it back there if you look over your shoulder, Krieg. Far enough, squinting a little bit, you're pretty sure. You can see that second wagon back there still stuck to the post, but...
What was your plan to get it down, Krieg?
Well, I thought we would maybe got some horses, but they all burned up. I suppose I could pull one, but I would have to take a bit of a rest before that. And I don't feel like resting if there's a whole shitload of demons climbing out of a pit of a city.
I think we just go with our heads hung low and our bellies empty in regret.
Could have had some cooked horse meat, though. Really, think about it.
That's true. Well, we can pick up all this food along the way. I mean, it's kind of like that old tale of the breadcrumbs, except that's cheese and there's a sausage. And we'll just dust them off. They'll be fine.
Head hung low. We start heading down the hill. Pick up what supplies we can carry in our hands. Just looking like the saddest troop of adventurers ever.
Munching on your dried kielbasa and cheese on your way down the hill.
Tear coming out of my one eye. Blood coming out of the other.
Just looks of pure defeat.
You guys make your way back down on the hill of the outer village. The smell of sulfur and brimstone, of flaming horse meat and burning hair pretty much clogs the nostrils. The further you move away from this place, though, the clearer the air becomes, picking up bits of food along the way. And the road kind of snakes back and forth a little bit. Of course, the wagon that you sent down the hill obviously careened off the side of one of these. Come around the bed, though, and you can see the wagon up ahead completely smashed along the ground. And something underneath it, as he comes a little bit closer, you see the back end of a horse is crushed underneath the wagon, along with two bodies of Wellham and Gordrick who have been crushed by the wagon that you sent down the hill. Below...
You know, I count this as a win, I think. I'll look back to everybody else.
As you make your way past those two fellows crushed by the wagon, you pick up a couple med kits and some odds and end food so you're not hungry. And your 2 potions of cure poison if you didn't already have them on you, but don't forget those.
Yep.
And make your way down the path. You can see the refugees in the distance. They've taken what carts are left and sort of made a circle around their area. A couple small fires on the inside, almost like a wall of wagons or a caravan around them. As you head back towards the refugee camp.
Real quick, I know the wagon kind of smashed and crushed some people on a horse. Does it still look at least seaworthy? Like, is floating down the river still possible?
Oh, no, it's going to be splintered and torn apart.
Crap. All right.
Looked like a good horse, too. It was a nice, good, strong horse. And yeah, you guys can make your way back towards town or not. I don't know what you guys want to do, but you can see the Dara in the midst of these people, and some others kind of moved around. They look like they've pretty much just set camp for the night. There's a few people walking around the perimeter of the place. You can see they're really holding nothing besides heavy sticks. They have no weapons or anything, trying to do the best they can given the situation.
This might sound like a shit thing, but they might slow down all those demons, and we could get a little bit of advance if we just kept walking.
That is a good idea. What do you think, Quinn? You're usually the hard one to talk into stuff like this.
You'll hear a voice behind you as you all walk along. And thus the heroes became antis. They walked along, pondering the thoughts of passing back these people.
I'll just blast him in the face, man.
And yes, you will completely shatter his face and skull as he will drop to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck, I just couldn't put up with him anymore, man.
That's one I don't mind sacrificing to the demons. However,
I'm beginning to think the Queen didn't send him to chronicle what I was doing.
I didn't know.
I don't think he was. Bastard lied to me.
I'm gonna find Dara.
So Quinn will rush ahead into this caravan group before the others walk past. And you see her lift her head, the smile, this sense of hope on her face for a second as it starts to sort of fade away, seeing everybody battered, bruised, tore up, carrying nothing but a few sausages and a couple dried apple slices. She would run over and, well, what by ill matter happened to you? We thought you dead up on the hill. We heard the flames and we could see the smoke, and we feared the worst.
I'll hand a half-eaten apple, a badly beaten up healer's kit, and a probably leaking vial of antitoxin, and be like, here's your supplies. Things did not go as we planned.
Anybody who's not here isn't coming.
What of Vasha and Segrin at the favorite farm?
Listen, Dara. I'm going to be real frank with you. I'm having a real shit day. There is hundreds of demons marching our way right now. There's nothing we can do to stop it. We are beat to shit and barely surviving ourselves. We're heading to Baldur's Gate. I don't mean to fucking make you panic or anything like that, but if any of you want to live, the strongest need to get going. The weakest will probably die. I don't know how to fix anything. But I'm going. Here's your shit. Don't even fucking worry about paying me. And I'm just gonna... I've done my deed.
Today, sis.
I've done my deed, and I'm walking by, to Baldur's Gate.
So, wait. You said demons. Are you sure they were demons? Or were they devils?
I don't even begin to pretend like I care.
They're maybe like fiends. I don't know. It was hard to see.
They're gonna kill you. You want to go and ask them? Sure. Maybe one of them will tell you as they spit lava on you and connect them to their fucking flesh hive. I'm sure they're willing to discuss it with you.
Yeah, semantics aren't the thing to argue here. They're made of bones. They're made of skin. They're climbing up out of a fucking pit.
Quinn's being a little insensitive, but honestly, there's nothing you guys can do. You guys need to get out of here.
I'm dragging my feet and walking as we go. I'm talking and walking. There's no point in staying here.
These people, they're not capable of walking at that damage. Maybe some of them, but the children, the mothers, and we don't have the capacity. We're sitting ducks here.
Yeah,
Well,
it sucks
we aren't
ass.
strong enough to defend you. We're sorry, but we're not. We could barely defend ourselves. We almost died.
I'll grab her like holy symbol and say, hey, maybe this will fucking help you. Pray to this guy. Although I think the city that back there prayed to somebody had their whole city devoured into a crater. So maybe the gods don't give a shit and life sucks. Let's get going.
Stay as close to us as you can. But just come on.
You can just sit here and give up and pretend like you're going to do something about it, or you can save who you can. You can't save everybody. That's how life works.
Just give me a few moments. Give me a few moments to speak to these people.
You
Just
do
give me a few
you.
moments.
I'm going. You do you.
And she'll run away in a hurry over towards Goran, this man and his goat that he's holding on to, talking to him. And again, everybody will start kind of spreading the word of either staying or going. Dara does not look too pleased on leaving these people behind. You can see she just keeps shaking her head as this other man, Goran, that is go, keep talking to her, trying to get her to go, and she's just shaking her head no. But I will leave what you guys do up to you. Some people look like they're motivated and getting some stuff around to follow you. Other ones seem to be staying with her, worried about her.
I'm like dragging my tired feet, and I hit her with the deuces. As I...
Can I... Is there any chance I can talk to her and be persuasive enough to convince her to come with us?
What do you tell her?
I'm gonna follow behind her and clearly see that I'm gonna kind of like push my way from around the other people that are telling her to go and just tell her, look, I know this is probably the crappiest choice you're gonna have to make, but think about it this way. The people that are left still need somebody to lead them and help them. And if you're not here, they're completely fucked. We're already almost completely fucked. Almost. But not quite fucked. And this sucks, and you're probably going to hate yourself for the rest of your life, but in reality, you're doing the right thing. And the people who are left need you. We can't take care of them. You're one of them. You need to stay and take care of them. Like, this is your family. You have to stay. You have to come with us. And like, you have to go with the people who can go, because they can't lead themselves.
She'll spin on her heel. She turns around. You can see she was talking to this young girl. She's, and what of this young lady? Her name is Ilian. She'll motion this girl around. She's maybe 8 or 9. You can see her whole lower leg has been badly mangled. So she cannot walk this far. We have nobody to carry her. What of her brother in the wagon who is unconscious, and her father who's now missing half his arm? What of these people that are cancer sick? They're too weak. They're too tired. I can't leave them here. It is absurd. I will die defending them for what I can.
I'm not saying that it's okay what's happening to them. What I'm saying is you have 2 choices. You could help them and make their last moments bearable and feel like you did something by staying with them, or you can live with the guilt and help save the people every single day that are going to make it out alive.
And how can one even make such a choice?
You
Well,
can't.
There is no right choice.
There is no right choice. They're both horrible choices. I'm just telling you, this one keeps you alive, and you can't just leave these people floating in the wind. You might hate yourself for the rest of your life, or you could be dead. Like, realistically, those are your 2 options, and I think that you should leave the people that are left. They need you.
I got an option. We can just kill them all now.
Okay, shut up, Malachi.
Those that can walk should head to Baldur's Gate. Those that can't, I don't know. Give them their last rites now.
I'm trying
We'll
really
see you
hard to
later.
convince her that she should leave. Like, that's the best I got. I'm sorry.
Go ahead and give a persuasion check.
Alright, I don't even know what my persuasion is. I'm gonna pull out my sheet first. Ooh, it's only a +1, so let's hope this roll doesn't suck. Oh, 16 + 1.
She'll stare. You can see these tears just rolling down her cheek as she looks at this young girl who isn't capable of walking. This kid in the cart who's unconscious and his father beside him. And she'll look at you. And what would you do? What would you do if the people who looked up to you, who believed in you, and you just walked away? Would you stay with them?
I would probably
What
choose...
if it was your sister?
If it was my sister, I would probably choose her, but honestly, I don't think that's the right choice. And even if I did leave her behind and I did what you're going to do and take care of everyone else, it would suck, and I'd probably live with the guilt of that for the rest of my life. But like I said, the only other alternative here is being dead.
She looked down at this little girl. Because I can't do it. I will stay here and fight if I have to. It is no chance. We're all as good as dead. But I can't leave them behind with zero hope. So as you and your friends take the others, I will stay. With that, she'll turn and usher this girl to get into the back of the wagon. As you can see, she's ruffled around in the back and pulls out just a simple little dagger. Starts to walk away.
Sorry, she walks away from me?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're wise, Dara, you'll use that on all the people here before the demons show up.
I mean,
It's the humane thing to do.
I guess as she's walking away, I'm just gonna tell her that, I still respect her choice, but I couldn't live with myself if I didn't at least try. And she's gotta do what she's gotta do to be able to live with herself.
I can't leave these people here just to die. I will stay. Take the others with you.
I can respect that. I mean, we can't take care of all these people forever, but we can get them out of here and hopefully they can get settled themselves somewhere else.
Mithra, go ahead and give me a 1d20 roll.
Ooh. Oh, okay, sorry. I just dropped this. I fucked up. Ooh, 16?
16. So as they gather around, as you guys wait just a few moments, there's going to be 16 out of the 30 refugees who are capable of travel, who will be set and ready to go with you. Granted, none of them really have weapons besides some heavy sticks or rocks. And they're all pretty ragged looking, but they can walk and they can travel. The other, there's 32 of them, so I guess the other 16 are just incapable of travel, too sick or injured or whatever the case is. Dara would be amongst that. You see that Goran, her friend, and his goat refuse to leave her side, and they too are staying. And you can see the sun just starting to set on the horizon, this dusk, the shadows of the mountain overlooking you guys, stretching across the land. Do you plan to head out now, or are you waiting?
We gotta head out.
All right. In that case, you guys can start heading out. These people following along, they seem to keep up pace the best they can with all of you. They're hurt and injured, some of them a little sick, but they're capable of keeping up on this road. I guess probably Quinn and Malachi, maybe Krieg. You've traveled the road enough. You know you're probably about 7-8 hours, half a day's travel, give or take, to Baldur's Gate. So if you were able to travel through the night, you'd reach there by morning. And all these other people seem to keep up behind you. What few people are left need to gather around the flames of the bonfire in the back of their wagons. And Dara will just sort of walk out into the darkness. You can see the glint of her steel, of her blade, as she stands in front of one of the wagons, just staring off into the distance of where you guys came from, the outer village and what's left of Elturel. And we will leave it there for the evening then. Would you guys, any last parting words that you guys do?
This episode hurt.
I'm just gonna look at Quinn and go, do you think we'll be able to have a short rest once we get far enough away from the city?
With like a dead tone to my voice, I'm just gonna say there's no rest till we get to Baldur's Gate. If we do, we're dead.
Can we even make it to Baldur's Gate?
Well, like you said, there's two options: do or die.
Right. Yeah, I think Krieg just, sword in its sheath, shield slung across his back, just kind of tears a hunk of his shirt off and ties it over his face to kind of try and, ask some of that dust and smoke and sulfur smell out. Just trudging.
I'll try to say, at least with a cold tone to my voice, I'll try to say, at least that fanatic religious idiot will buy us some fucking time, and I'll just walk ahead. But as I do, you see like a single tear kind of drop down my cheek as I'm trying to play tough, but it's actually like fucking me up that we're leaving her behind.
Yeah, I'm also upset that we're leaving her behind, and seeing as my attempt to persuade her didn't work, I'm gonna kind of just look down at the ground and, I don't know, maybe like tear up and just. I look over at Quinn and I can see like she's upset, and like it makes me upset because I really tried to convince her to come with us.
On the other hand, unfortunately, don't give a flying fuck if she didn't come with us. I'm just more upset that I lost an eye and I was dropped from 30 fucking feet. And,
Twice.
thank you. Yeah, and then I died like 5 times. So
as you guys will make your way down the road in the night, you can see this pale pinkish white moon start to climb up over the horizon, casting what's a little bit of luminous glow again across the land. Behind you, and every now and then you can hear the whisperings of people as they talk or whatever, but there's one Krieg that's just over your shoulder. You can hear his voice. And so the three of them, they had a bit of a weep in their eyes, a tear on their cheek, dribbled down their chin. The other, the warlock, didn't seem much to care. Interesting character, this one would be an interesting character. If you glance over your shoulder, you swear that is the man who was chronicling you, sort of mixed in between the people, but as the crowd follows along, he quickly seems to disappear in the group of people. And that is the end for tonight.
Awesome.
Dang.
Sorry, I'm like trying to like take notes.
That was awesome, guys. That was a hard night.